All right, all right, all right. How's it going, guys? Bad Drivers of the Bay Area here with the first live stream of 2021. Sorry it took so long to get to it, but we are here. Happy to be here. I know I've been slacking a little on getting the videos out. Apologize for that. I know, what was it, January was the last one I got out. Life has just, as it will, gotten in the way, but definitely plan on getting another one out there soon. Sooner rather than later. So no worries about that. But I wanted to just do another live stream, see how many other dash cameras I can get in. I know scheduling's can be difficult, but very happy to have the guest that I have here with me today. Might have another one later. We'll see. I'm going to see how his schedule is looking. But we're very happy to have formerly known as Bad Drivers of Napa County, got Bad Drivers Caught on Dashcam joining us today.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Hear you loud and clear.
Nice. How are ya?
Doing well. How are you?
Oh, I am glad to be inside after doing yard work today, all day. And I'm glad to have a nice cold beer in front of me, too.
There you go. Yeah, I'm actually taking a page out of your book from one of your last streams. I got a margarita going.
Oh, well, isn't that a coincidence? Because this beer that I'm drinking doesn't actually taste like a beer. It tastes like a margarita.
Okay.
It has lime juice and sea salt in it. And supposedly it's an ale. But you would never know that unless you read the label. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, I've had a couple things like that. Like there's the Cayman Jack, and there's the Bud Light Limeritas.
Oh yeah,
I'm a big fan of those. First time I had one of those Limeritas was walking the boardwalk at Santa Cruz.
Oh, nice.
And so now whenever I have one of those, it reminds me of it's a very summer type of drink. So
it really is.
The kind back to the boardwalk.
You just need a few palm trees and set up a lawn chair underneath it, and take most of your clothes off and just lay there and drink your drink under the swaying palms. Sounds
good to me. Yeah, so I'm doing well. Got our first live stream going. I know it took a little while. We're already into April. I looked at my last one there to see where we left off, and it was December. So I was talking about, I'm going to get episode 60 out, and that's the last one that's been out. So yeah, I just, I don't know, just the idea of getting down and editing a video just hasn't been something that's appealed to me. And on top of the fact that I really want to add my narration to it, and that's just kind of a daunting task.
Yeah.
I've got to make sure I don't have kids in the background making noise. So that's rarely ever going to happen. So it's all combines to come together to where I end up not doing a video at all. But I definitely got to get one out. I might go with the old format for this next one just to get one out. But
yeah,
we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. So yeah, I was just getting into it. I have a confession to make. I been doing something bad that a dash camera never should do.
Okay, I won't tell anybody.
Okay.
And I don't think, yeah.
Only however the 5 people we've
just us and the 6 people. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, this is hard for me to say, but I've been posting my videos on Reddit.
Oh no.
And man, I don't know why. I don't know why I do it. It's I must be a glutton for punishment, because you've got to be in order to post those on any of those subs, man. It's pretty brutal.
I have a confession to make also. You ready for this?
Go for it.
I also have been posting videos to Reddit.
Oh my god.
There's something I don't, and I've always seen Reddit as evil and very anti-dashcam, and somehow I just keep posting videos on Reddit.
I tell myself, like, I'll find a video and I'll say, okay, this one has got to get like 100% across the board positive reaction. They'll be like, wow, that guy was an idiot, and you were no. If you
it's always the camera's fault. Always the camera's fault.
Always something. Oh, you shouldn't have honked or you shouldn't have honked for that long, or oh, you could have done this, you could have done that. The typical armchair quarterback.
Yeah, you honked a tenth of a second too long, and now
Oh
you
my god,
are you are the scum of the earth because you honked a tenth of a second too long.
I have dubbed those people the gatekeeping horn Nazis.
Okay, yeah, I like that one.
And because it's just they like own the rule book to horn usage, and pretty much no matter what you do.
Oh
I
no,
literally had someone tell me, well, if there wasn't a crash, then you shouldn't have used the horn. I'm like,
right. Now,
I'm like,
Clueless is saying Reddit is fine if you don't show clips involving you in another car. Unfortunately, that
mm,
still isn't the case because
nope.
I featured clips between other drivers, and somehow it was still my fault, even though they were like a half mile ahead of me. It
Yeah.
was my fault. So
Or yeah, I've done that too, where I'm not involved at all. I just witnessed it, and they're like, "Well, why did you post this? This isn't even you. Like, why do you care?" I'm like, "Well,
yeah,
you just can't win. Like, there's just people
no. But I'll tell
they'll look
you,
for
I am using Reddit to my advantage though now. I created another Reddit account under a different name,
yeah,
so that I can ask personal advice on different things. I've actually found different subreddits to be incredibly helpful with advice that I've needed. And because I don't want to give too much information away about who I am,
right,
I've created a separate Reddit account that's just for personal use and separate from the bad driver stuff.
yeah,
Because I have a new car now, and
yeah. I
it
could,
and it is there are some so there's a subreddit dedicated to that model, and I've needed some advice. Hey, I'm new to the fill in the blank um, make now. Can you guys help me with some advice? Like, what exact kind of oil should I be using? Because I've got a particular type of technology that is used with the engine, which does really good with a certain type of oil, or just other things.
right.
Like, how would you handle this particular situation, this social situation? Because there's a uh, not a bad situation per se, but just an awkward situation that has tended to crop up with one of my neighbors, and it's a difficult situation to handle. And I've turned to Reddit for advice on certain things.
Yeah, certain subs are great. Like I'm in one for a video game I play, and
Yeah.
you can post screenshots or videos, and everyone's just like, that's great. Or I make things for one game that I am involved in, and people be appreciative. I actually too just bought a new car. The
Cool.
white car that you see in a lot of my videos, that's gone. There's going to be a dark gray one. I've been
Oh,
really open about like what kind of cars I have, but I think I'm going to take another page out of your book and not reveal what this one is. Just
right.
I feel there's not really any need to.
Wouldn't it be funny if we ended up getting the same car?
Well, I don't think it is because actually the one I bought doesn't have a subreddit. I've looked.
Oh, it doesn't.
It's not. I mean, which is weird because it's a really popular car. Uh,
Yeah.
so maybe I
Shoot,
just
I
haven't
may have
looked.
given away too much information already. Oh well.
Yeah, all I'll say is it's just a really popular car. We see them all the time on the road now. Like, wow, ever since we got this car, now we see them everywhere. But
Yeah. I think I know what you mean because I've got a neighbor that has two cars that are the most popular out on the roads, and it's kind of funny because I don't know why they got two extra cars that hardly ever get driven.
right.
I don't know, but I've got a friend actually that's got six cars.
Oh damn.
And he's got a nice little collection going. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
But
mine.
DCE's in here by the way.
Yeah, glad he was able to make it in.
Cool. Cool. Hi DCE. Is he joining us, or is he?
He said he was just going to be popping into the comments.
Oh, okay.
He was available to
Is
actually
is
join.
Dallas going to be here?
I did send him an email. Let me check and see if I heard back. I have not heard back from him yet.
Oh,
DCE had said he might be, but he is ahead of us in time. So
yeah. He doesn't know what he's missing over here.
yeah,
Margarita beers and
real margaritas and
Reddit. Yeah.
yeah, man. So yeah, posting those videos on Reddit, like it was just said, yeah, you got to have. I'm trying to see who had said it.
Yeah. Ego wears
You
Kevlar
got to wear Kevlar. Yep.
and balls
You
of
just can't
steel.
take things personally because it's like, all right, well, they don't know who I am. They're just going off of, okay, this is. I swear, some people just have a vendetta against dash cameras. They see one
Oh
and they're
yeah.
like, okay, how can I make this person out to be the bad guy? Like, here's one of my clips I've got queued up here.
Yeah.
Going to use this really nice new feature that StreamYard has where you can upload. You just put a file in and it'll stream it. You don't have to stream your screen with
Oh, you
the
can do
file.
that now?
Yeah. So, like, say if we
Oh.
actually used video, if people could see us, it'd be
Oh.
really helpful. You could still be showing yourself and pull up a file, and it's just a lot faster than, okay, I got to
Oh
pull up
wait,
the
did
file,
I
stream
might
it.
have done that in the last stream.
Yeah,
My
it's
own.
the
Did I do
same.
that for my own? I might
It's
have
the
done
same
it.
menu down at the bottom. It's the share menu, and it says
Yeah,
when you screen you do a video file.
I
So it's
think I did. Now that I think about it, and I had to hit play a few times again because the file ran out because
okay.
I was on so long.
So here's one that I posted, and I thought for sure, okay, there's no way anybody could say that I did anything wrong. And I'm going to play the clip here, and then I'm going to ask a couple questions. Let's see what you guys think people said.
I mean, it's incredible. Like, they do it for giant crates. It's just like, take this guy. A flow chart where it's like,
Go!
when this guy, and then
Oh my God, lady, what are you doing?
And then a trade scenario if you want to. I mean, it is absolutely.
Yeah. So
Can you play that again? I missed half of it for some reason. I think I was
okay.
on the wrong screen.
I mean, it's incredible. Like, they do it for giant crates. It's just like, take this guy. A flow chart where it's like,
Go!
when this guy, and then
Oh my God, lady, what are you doing?
And then a trade scenario if you want to. I mean, it is absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's Crackhead Kathy.
It very well that
Looked
or her
just like her.
grandma. I'm not sure.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's pretty cut and dry. Like, I'm cruising along in my lane. There's a solid white line, which, yes, I know in California that's not illegal to cross over it. It's highly discouraged.
Yeah.
But there's a reason why it's there. When you see that solid line, you don't expect anybody to be crossing over it, especially when you've got maybe a couple car lengths ahead of you, and the car in front of me is slowing down. And so I'm at a steady speed. I actually went back to the raw clip after people were saying what they said and went back, and no, I was just going a steady speed, and I was just kind of closing the gap, because when you're in bumper to bumper traffic, it doesn't make any sense to leave a huge gap.
No.
You could have someone way back that's trying to get in, and if you're
There's going to be times where the gap in front of you's opening and closing, and that's just part of
rubber bands. That's what
just
happens.
yeah, it's just part of stop and go driving. And so Redditors were I'm sorry, what were they complaining about?
That's what I wanted to see, if anyone could guess the things that they were complaining about. If anyone's got enough experience with Dashcam Redditors, anybody take a wild guess what they were saying.
Well, my guess is a lot of people seem to think that blinker equals automatic right of way.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I'm going to guess that was one thing. Like,
yeah, a few comments were saying, well, she had her signal on, even though there was absolutely zero time.
Yeah, and she just dived right in.
Right. I mean, I saw her well before I saw the signal. The signal was pretty much a moot point.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, she's got a signal on. I'd have to be a mind reader for that signal to be any use.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was one. There were a few others. J-Roll, you say the distance. Yeah, a lot of people said, oh, she had plenty of room. And even after including my distance graphic there, there's plenty of room. Like,
right. I know. I used to get that argument too.
Here. I mean, right?
No, that is not plenty of room.
No, I mean,
she may have, just because you can fit without crashing into the person does not mean there was enough room. Like, assured clearance is something that we're taught in driver's ed. You have to, when you're changing lanes, you have to make sure there is assured clearance in front and behind you, which usually equates to the safe following distance. So I can't do the math, and I'm not even going to try to do the math, but when you cut in front of somebody with a gap closer than 2 seconds between you and the car behind that you're changing lanes in front of, if it's closer than that distance, that's too close. That's not enough space.
Yep. And you can see here, right about there,
Yep.
she's less than 3 feet
Yeah.
off my bumper once she's
Yeah.
about to come over. I mean, that 3 feet is the closest distance I could accurately measure with
Yeah.
the way I measure it. So, yeah, that was one of the things is, and then the big question that just boggles my mind in videos like this,
Yeah.
where the person actually made it over successfully, there will always be people, it seems, that ask this question: why didn't you let them in?
Right.
Why didn't you let them in? Or
My
you could have
answer is
let them in.
yeah. I usually say, well, I don't have to. They're required to. It's the onus is on them to
Right.
change lanes safely. It's not my obligation to slam the brakes. And stop and go traffic, slamming on the brakes is not really a good idea because you could get rear-ended.
Exactly. And there's also the fact that I'd have no choice. It's like the only alternative was to keep continuing at the speed I was at and hit her. That was
And
really the
hit
only
her. Yeah.
letting I essentially did let her in, but in another way I didn't because she didn't allow me to let her in. She forced her way in.
She forced her way in. Yep.
Almost like someone breaks into your house and you're like, well, why didn't you just let them in? And they wouldn't have. Well, they forced their way in. I didn't have a choice.
Oh, I think I've seen crazy stuff on Reddit like that. If a homeless person comes knocking on your door, you morally have to let them in, invite them into your house, and allow them to take a shower, feed them, and house them. And I have seen ridiculous comments like that on Reddit.
Wow.
Of
Well,
course,
I
then
think
these are the same people who believe in socialism. Excuse me, communism. Communism. There is actually a subreddit, r communism.
oh god.
It has a lot of members, and it's scary.
Yeah. Scott B brings up a good
Where
point.
private property no longer exists.
Yeah, ask them if they let anyone else in the grocery store checkout. Right. It's people do things in cars that you would never do if you were
Yeah.
just randomly walking down the street. You wouldn't walk past somebody, speed walk past them, and then dart in front of them like this. And
Now,
then when they
honestly,
go, hey,
they'd probably lie to you and say that they do let everybody in front of them at the grocery store line. They'd probably lie to you if you confront them with that question.
yeah. And for me, the whole reason why I posted this clip wasn't so much the cutoff because I've had this exact situation happen many times. But what I haven't had happen was the way she reacted. That was the whole
Yeah.
reason I posted it because it was hilarious. Like
I think based on her reaction, it's safe to say that she gets honked at a lot.
That right there just cracked me up.
Wow.
Little ring finger just is hilarious. Like she's mad at me because again I honked, and there were people that are actually like, well, yeah, she's mad because you honked at her. So
Oh,
what?
boy. Is that a middle finger?
Oh yeah, absolutely it is.
Oh. Oh,
Right
yeah,
there.
look at that. Yep, yep. Wow. I think this sort of thing happens to this lady a lot.
I actually think I saw her do the same thing to someone else, like maybe a few months after this happened. And I'm pretty sure it was her. Like it looked like that car, and I just remember thinking, man, if that's her, then yeah, that makes sense.
Wow.
She does that on the regular.
What is that, a Mitsubishi Galant?
I think it's a Lancer.
Oh, a Lancer. Yeah, you're right. It's a Lancer.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
would say probably like 75% of people were on my side with that one, which is more than some have been.
Yeah.
I find that the ones where there really is no way you could blame the camera for, they just don't get replies. They just sort of die. They don't really, as long as there's no controversy, then it's like, okay, that person clearly just, turned in front of you when you were clearly in the right. Then it's just like, no one wants to talk about it. Which I guess that makes sense. Like, we're all just going to sit around and be like, yep, that person was a jerk. Okay. So, like, it makes sense that there wouldn't be a lot of controversy when there isn't any.
Right.
That
Exactly.
happens a lot on a Facebook group I'm a part of.
Oh, really?
It's called Upbadge slut shaming. I don't know if you've
Oh,
ever heard of
I've not.
Upbadging your car.
Ha.
It's essentially if you say have a base model V6 Camaro
Yeah.
and put an SS emblem on it. That's an example of upbadging.
Yeah.
And so there are people who they shame them by posting pictures of them on the internet,
Oh,
on this Facebook
interesting.
group. I don't know if you follow Doug DeMuro on
Doug?
YouTube.
No, I haven't heard
He's
of
big
him.
on he reviews cars, like all sorts of cars, like exotics or just
Oh,
weird cars. He's a really good in-depth reviewer where he talks about like the reason I found him was because he did one on the Viper, and that's one of my
yeah.
favorite cars. And so he goes around it, kind of points out all the little quirks that you would only really know if you drove it, you know, if it was your car, and then he takes it out on the road and gives it a score and tells you what it's like. So his videos are really interesting.
Huh.
Well, he did a little quick clip about up badging and how it's a ridiculous thing to do
Yeah.
because it doesn't really mean anything to people who don't know about cars. Like, okay,
Yeah.
if I don't know anything about cars and I see your Camaro has an SS badge on it, I'm just gonna think it's an SS. Like, I don't care, or I'm not even gonna notice.
Yeah.
The other people who are going to see that are people who do know about cars, and they're gonna know that you're lying. So it really doesn't, do anything for anybody. The only thing, maybe they just get something out of it. Oh, now I feel
I
like
don't
I drive
know.
an SS, but
Yeah.
the other people who are seeing it on the outside of your car means nothing. And so
Yeah.
I've noticed the same thing in that Facebook group is if you post a real legitimate up badge, like I posted it one time there, it was clearly a V6 base model Camaro, and it wasn't even a real Chevy SS logo. It was like the AutoZone letters that you
Oh
put
my God.
two S's together. It was just shameful. Like, dude, you're not fooling anybody. And it got like zero responses. But when
Huh.
someone posts, what's a really common one? Like the BMW M3, a lot lot of people don't know. It's a very common up badge. People will put the
Yeah.
M logo on their BMW when it's not an M, but a lot
Yeah.
of times people will put it on there. Or the one that's really controversial is the Honda logos on a Civic. If it's red, it's
Yeah.
technically supposed to be a Type R, and they'll put it on Civics that aren't Type Rs. That one has a lot of controversy behind it, but
Yeah. Sounds like
it's
they're trying to impress people that don't give a crap about them,
right.
you know?
Um, but the funny thing about that Facebook group is it's kind of like with the Dashcam uh, subreddits is if there's no controversy, if it's not really an up badge, then it will get all kinds of replies of people calling out. Again, kind of like calling out the camera. They'll
Yeah.
call out the person who posted it, like, OP, you're a pine cone. That's a big, that's a big insult. They'll call them pine cones.
Yeah.
I have no idea where that came from. But
Yeah.
yeah, if you post a legitimate one where it's like, okay, this person put a Cadillac badge on their Chevy, it's like, yep, you're right. That's an up badge.
Yeah.
Okay. And then nobody talks about it. So it's like, it's almost like the group only exists to call out the people who are wrong. Um,
Huh.
J. Roll
What's
asked,
this
with
group called again?
up badge slut shaming.
Oh, up badge slut
Yeah.
shaming.
Yeah. It's
Interesting.
another one where you got to have quite a bit of an ego because if it's one of those gray area things where like the red Honda badge, um, and you post that in there and people don't agree, they're pretty brutal. They'll call you out.
Wow.
J Roll's asking, would putting an Autobot symbol on a Camaro? I think that's one people have actually posted saying it was an up badge, and they got roasted for it because
Hmm.
technically it's not, because there really is no such thing as an Autobot car. It's supposed to be something that people could legitimately look at your car and say, oh, that's supposed to be a touring model from the factory when it in fact is just the base model, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's a similar thing I see in dash cams where if you are clearly in the right, there's absolutely nothing wrong,
Yeah.
um, then nobody says anything and your thread just kind of dies. But if you post something where, yeah, you honk your horn, you dare to honk your horn,
Yeah.
or the one I just had, let's see if I can find it. People actually defended this guy. which again, I couldn't believe it. It didn't get a lot of comments, so it was another one of those where it was pretty clear that this guy was wrong.
Yeah.
But somehow, yeah, there were still people who were defending this guy.
Huh.
Let me see if this one I wasn't planning on showing. Oh, here we go. And it was just one of those where it wasn't really anything that happened to me.
Yeah.
I happened to be around it when it happened. Okay, this one doesn't want to play. There's something saying it's going wrong with the codec. So essentially, the guy was on the right side, all the way on the right lane. And you know what? Actually, I think I know where I have it. He was all the way on the right side of the street, and I'm in a turn lane.
Yeah.
And it's not only a no U-turn where I am, but it's also a red light.
Oh.
This guy just decided to still go ahead and make a U-turn all the way from the far right lane.
Hmm.
It was pretty crazy. I kind of couldn't believe what I was seeing. Yeah, so I'm not sure why this isn't playing, but I'm sure it'll be in probably my next compilation.
Yeah.
They're saying like, well, no harm, no foul. Like nobody was coming because what it was is it was a red light, but they've changed that red light to be where pedestrians can cross. Like no
Yeah.
cars moving at any time, and pedestrians have full kind of reign over that intersection where they're crossing. They don't have to worry about anybody making a right turn or anything.
Yeah.
So technically, yeah, there was no chance of anybody hitting him, but it was just the mentality of it where he's just like, I'm all the way on the right side and I gotta turn around, so I'm
Yeah.
just gonna do it.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of, oh God, I posted something on Reddit where I was stopping at a stop sign, kind of out in the middle of nowhere, and this impatient guy coming up behind me didn't want to stop at the stop sign, and he didn't really agree with me stopping at the stop sign, so he just blasted around me.
Wow.
Just totally blatant. And I posted that on Reddit, and I got a crap ton of downvotes on that. Like, why would you post this? He wasn't
Yep.
he wasn't at risk of hitting anybody. And the biggest criticism I got was, well, it's your fault because you're stopping for a stop sign that shouldn't be there. So they were blaming me for stopping. They were actually criticizing me for stopping because their logic was that, well, it's the middle of nowhere. There were no cars coming. Why would you stop where there's no cars coming? And I'm like, because stop sign,
Right.
you know?
Supposed to stop at every single one.
That's
And
right.
I guarantee you, if you posted a video where something happened and then right before the video cuts, say you ran a stop sign, that's all they would talk about is you ran
Oh,
that
yeah.
stop sign. You're just as bad as they are. Yeah,
Yeah.
a few of those where they're asking, why would you post? This happens all the time.
Yeah.
It's like bullshit, man. That does not happen to you all the time. Like, this happens to you all the time. I do not want to live where you live. Like, tell me where you live because I don't want to live there.
Yeah, you don't want to be there.
That
For
sounds
sure.
awful. Yeah. Oh, that happens all the time. This is every day. You wouldn't last very long, and it's like,
Hi, Ashley Allen.
hello,
She just
hello.
joined the stream, and we've got
Here, that's
Frankie and Clueless have been with us, I think, since we started.
yes, I think so.
Yeah, so I don't know. Oh yeah, and I posted that spin out video with that video. I think it was like a month ago. I posted it, or that pickup truck on that windy road, because it was an interesting day. I'd gotten up at 4 a.m. that morning to go hiking on. So our tallest mountain in Napa County is Mount St. Helena.
Right.
And in the winter, sometimes that mountain gets snow on it. And it's the only place within, I don't know, 100-mile radius where you're going to find any snow, because it's the only high elevation, like super high elevation spot. And so we had a big storm that came through the night before that dumped like 6 inches of snow up there. So I had planned this big hike, And I got up at 4 in the morning because I wanted to start my hike right before sunup, right before the sun was coming up. You know, because it was, let's see, what month are we in now? April. So I think this was like towards the end of February. And towards the end of February, the sun angle is starting to get higher again, obviously, because you're getting close to the spring equinox. And when the sun comes out with the snow up there, it tends to melt really fast. So I wanted to start this hike early. And there wasn't any ice or anything on the roadway. It was just your basic rain slick road. And the spin out started happening. I saw it as it unfolded in slow motion. And I thought for sure his back end was going to hit me. You know, I'm in the brand new car.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh shit, don't hit the new car. Please don't hit the new car. So his back end missed me by about, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 feet. And then he spun around and ended up in the ditch. And I was so tired. I only had like 2 hours of sleep.
Well, yeah, you got.
You know, because I got up at 4 a.m. and I don't know, I probably went to bed, tossed and turned, and fell asleep about 2. So I only got 2 hours of sleep. So I didn't really have much of an adrenaline rush after it happened. It was just kind of like, oh, okay, you know. And then turned out to be a beautiful hike. Oh my God. But I was the only one up there. Like no one else had hiked through that fresh layer of snow. And I didn't have any trekking poles with me, so it was a really difficult hike. Hiking uphill, hiking up a steep mountain in 6 inches of fresh powder. That's a difficult hike. But anyway, so I posted that clip on Reddit, and I didn't get any hate. Surprisingly, I didn't get a single hate comment.
Well,
like, it's your fault for driving. But what ended up happening was somebody
made the road slippery for him.
Yeah, you made the road slippery for him. How dare you?
Your engine.
Yeah, you scared him by being there.
Right.
And he jerked the wheel or whatever. I don't know. So what ended up happening, though, was one of those compilation channels stole my video from Reddit.
Oh.
So
I didn't ask.
No, he didn't even ask. Nothing. He stole it. I filed a copyright complaint, and they removed his video, and he got a copyright strike. But apparently, when you get your first copyright strike, you're still able to upload videos, and you're still able to monetize your videos. So there's no punishment whatsoever for a first copyright strike. And he pleaded with me to retract the complaint. So I decided to conduct a little investigation, and I started asking him difficult questions. You know, how did you get the video? Well, because he was claiming that it was an accident. He was claiming that someone else sent him that video, and that he didn't know it was didn't belong to the person sending it to him, which
that happens all the time.
Seemed fishy. So I said, well, who was it that submitted it to you? And he gave me the name of the YouTuber. Okay, so he was dumb enough to give me the name of the YouTuber, because I contacted that YouTuber and I emailed the guy and I said, this is what's going on. This guy's claiming that you sent him my video and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just trying to get down to the truth. I said, you're not in any kind of trouble. I'm just investigating this matter. And he tells me that because I showed him the video, he had never seen the video. He didn't even know what Reddit was. He was out of Brazil. So I guess Reddit's not a thing in Brazil and other parts of the world. So, and then I found out through more investigating that this compilation channel had stolen videos before. And then I noticed his when I went back to look at his previous uploads, there was a gap of like 6 months in his uploads. That was another red flag. And then I read through the comments. Sure enough, other people were talking about how he had stolen videos before. He almost lost his channel. He just never quite got enough copyright strikes for his channel to be terminated. And so, I asked some questions that basically this guy painted himself into a corner, to the point where I said, can you explain why your buddy, who said he didn't send you the video didn't even know anything about Reddit. Can you explain that? And he just replies back with a simple no. And I said, where are you from? What country are you from? And he's from the Ukraine.
Mm.
There are a lot of compilation channels out of Russia and Ukraine. And some of them are dishonest and will steal clips. They don't give proper credit. And so this guy has 500,000 subscribers. And he steals videos. And I ain't too happy about it. Because he's
if any mine are on there.
Well, he's not only stealing people's videos, but he's diverting viewers away from dashcam channels like ours. Right. So, and I get it. Crashes, road rage, all shown back to back to back clips is very exciting. I won't lie.
Sure.
But those channels are responsible for the decline of channels like ours, just your basic dashcam channels. So, I'm taking action right now. I'm going after this guy. I'm not going to retract his claim. I told him I'd get back to him after 3 weeks. So I'm purposefully screwing with him right now by not getting back to him because he thinks that he has potentially talked me into retracting the copyright claim. And I'm going to come back and I say, I believe that you are lying to me. I see that you have a history of stealing videos and my decision is final. I'm not retracting the claim. Have a nice life. I won't say that. I'll be professional about it, but I'm just not happy with this guy. I watch his videos every day now to see if I recognize any content owners. And I've recognized 2 people now that I've contacted saying, hey, this guy may have stolen your clips. And both of them have gotten back to me saying, yep, he didn't ask me for permission. So we'll see if he gets enough copyright strikes for his channel to be nixed for good.
Yeah, you'll have to give me the name. I don't want to give him any free advertising live here, but yeah.
No, but I will. I'll email you a link to his channel so that I think the more eyes on his channel, the better.
Yeah.
Because if we can get him taken down, the better. The better for the community. Because number one, he won't be stealing clips from people anymore.
Sure.
And 2, we won't have such a large diversion away from general dashcam channels like ours.
Yeah, because I used to send clips of mine to people and say, hey, go ahead and put that in your compilation. And it seemed like at first it did help out, getting subscribers and views, because, people would come obviously from watching that clip and then they say, okay. But a few of them I had to stop because they stopped putting links in the description.
Yes. They don't give proper credit. They very rarely ever give proper credit. And what they'll do on screen is they'll just flash the credit on screen briefly.
That doesn't help at all because nobody's, if you're watching a YouTube video, you're not going to take the time to go type in the name of that channel, especially if it's like ours where it's not just, a single word or something. So.
Well, when people contact us requesting that we use their clips, I try to make it as fair as I can. So I will display the on-screen credit throughout the entire clip, and then I'll put a link in the description, of course.
Yep. Yeah, I had a guy send me a whole bunch of his clips. He lives in San Francisco, or he works there. So it was like, okay, cool. I can actually get some very proper stuff, not just stuff out here in the East Bay. And so I used his clips and I put all the way throughout, just including.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, looks like Dallas made it in.
Hey, Dallas, are you gonna chime in?
Yeah, I sent you
plug in your microphone.
Sent you an email with the link if you want to join up. Just there you go.
It'd be really neat to chat with him. Oh, there he is. That was quick.
Oh, man, can you hear me? All right.
I don't think I've ever spoken to you before.
Probably not.
This is our first. It's great talking to you finally.
Yeah, real life got in the way, and I didn't get a notice earlier. Joe even wanted me on. Sorry about that. So I wasn't even paying attention. Of course, had other stuff going on, but
yeah.
How's life in Dallas?
It's doing pretty good. I tried to catch on what y'all doing on stream. I played at double speed and skipped right on through to see what y'all talked about.
Yeah, we've only been on about 40 minutes here, so you have.
Yeah, that's your own crash channel.
Reddit.
The fun part. Yeah, I heard the Reddit part. Yeah, I had her account on Reddit before even a YouTube channel. There's some good information on there, but depending on where you go, there's some
exactly.
There's the haters and everything else in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know if you caught it, but there's the people I call the gatekeeping horn Nazis.
Oh yeah,
your horn in any way outside of how they specify you should use it.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is literally like if you didn't get into a crash, well then you shouldn't use your horn, which to me is a catch-22. Because if I use my horn, then I probably avoided the crash to begin with by using it.
Yeah.
I usually come back with a question for them. Why do you think car manufacturers have made horns as standard safety equipment, and why are they required by law? And I never hear from them again.
No.
Seriously, they're gone after that.
Well, I'll always get well, you need to use it to avoid a collision, and you just used it to, because you're angry, and it's like,
yeah,
no, I'm pretty sure one of the reasons we didn't crash is because I honked my horn. Actually, right before the stream, I went out to grab some dinner, and this guy changed 2 lanes at once and came over in front of me, and I had to slam on the brakes. And again, of course, I'm in the new car. It's always the new car that you don't want to get hit. And I hit the horn maybe like a couple seconds, and I'm thinking in my head, oh, I bet Reddit probably said no, I didn't need to do that. But yeah, just we got a new car, and like I said, I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but yeah, there's a big difference when you're driving a new car that you want to stay nice versus maybe your old one that's got a few problems, and you're thinking to yourself, do it, man. Like, I need a new fender. Like, my fender could use a fresh coat of paint.
I'm waiting for somebody to take my front bumper off because I need a new one.
Same.
I broke it on that cone I hit in that clip I had.
Oh yeah.
But I still haven't replaced it. But around here, you honk the horn, you're lucky if anybody even reacts. They just keep coming at you. It doesn't matter. They don't even go, what's that? Is that a noise? Is something going on?
It must be somebody else. Couldn't be me.
Yeah, they just come right at you full speed.
Might have their music blaring and their AC blasting in the car. Because I know when you have the AC turned up and the fan turned up, you can't hear anything.
No, especially these new cars where everything's all deadening and everything's all about keeping it quiet.
God, I love the new car. It is so much fun to drive.
Ours it's new to us. We bought it used, but it's a few years old. But it's all right. The mileage on it is crazy low for the year, so it's and
is it still under warranty?
Powertrain warranty, yeah. So like the main overall bumper to bumper is expired, but the powertrain warranty has still got like a year on it. So it's new enough, and the mileage is low enough where it's still got some coverage.
Curious about Dallas. I don't know if you can say, but can you tell us what kind of car you drive?
Oh yeah, people asked before. I've got a Hyundai. I'm sick. Can't talk. I got a Hyundai Elantra.
Okay.
Elantra drivers suck. I just want to say I see them
except
all
for
the
you.
time. No, I suck too. So Now I'm surprised the car has lasted as long as it has. I did a lot of research, and the 2011 model that I have, they changed the engine. Of course, they changed the body and made it look better, and they changed the engine at the time, and it got really good reviews. They say it was a better engine than like in the Hondas and stuff. So I took a chance on it. Now it runs good. I haven't had a major problem there, but overall the Hyundai build is cheap. Okay, I don't know if I'd buy another Hyundai, but I can say it has lasted this long. I've got 166,000 miles on it, and it's still going. No engine problems, no transmission problems.
That's good.
Though there's people that have had lockups in their engines and other stuff with the same year model of the next one and stuff. So maybe I got lucky. I don't know. Maybe I just take good care of it.
Yeah.
We had looked at Hyundai. I think actually looked at an Elantra back in 2015 or 14 when we were looking for a car when we had our first child on the way, because we had a Honda Accord coupe.
Yeah,
and having a kid with a 2-door coupe, that just wasn't going to work. And we ended up going with the Civic, but I actually liked the way the Elantra looked a lot better.
They're pretty nice looking cars. Yeah.
Yeah. We went in though, and they were like, it was crazy. They couldn't find the color we wanted. They're like, the only thing we wanted was a red. That was the only thing we
Yeah.
wanted, red. And they're like, well, we don't have that one. We have a black one. And my wife was just like, no, I don't like black. Really hard to keep it up as far as the paint and keeping it look good. And it's true. I had a black truck many moons ago, and it was just a nightmare to try to keep it clean. And so we're like, no, we don't want black. And then they weren't coming down on the price where we wanted to. So we just ended up walking. We were like, you can't find the color, you can't find, the price that we're happy with. And so we just ended up,
I think colors are going to get harder to come by as time goes on. You're seeing more and more white cars, gray cars, silver cars, and black cars.
Yep.
And your pigmented colors are on their way out. They're hard to find.
Yep.
They are hard to find, and you probably noticed that our car is red.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised because I normally don't like red cars, but now this red is something special. So we're like, yep, got to have this one.
Yeah. I was extremely limited in my color choices because, like I said, it was the new body style, and they were kind of flying off the shelves.
Yeah.
So I went in, and they had a gray one with a gray interior or a red one with a tan interior, and I didn't want a tan interior. So I was like, okay, I'll take the gray one. I had totaled my other car, so I needed one. I wasn't, didn't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I was when I bought my Accord, because it was back in 07, it was 08. So that was when, the recession started. I lost my job. I got a new one, but it had like half the pay. And then gas was $5 a gallon. And here I was driving a Silverado with a 5.3 liter V8 getting $5 a gallon. And the registration was due. The registration was $500. And here I just, lost my job and making half the money. So I was like, oh, I got to get rid of this thing.
Yeah.
So I just
they're expensive to insure, aren't they? Trucks.
Yeah, insure. And then, the registration, the thing with those is it's registered as a different, it's a commercial registration, even though you're not necessarily using it for commercial purposes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I even called DMV. I was like, you guys are charging me $500.
Is this a California thing?
It's got to be a California
Got to be a California thing. Only in California do we do
commercial weight
like that.
Was the bulk of it. And I'm like, what the hell is a commercial weight fee? And I'm not using it for commercial use. And I called them up and they said, well, it's because you might use it for commercial use. The only way to get around it is to put a tonneau cover or a camper shell, which costs about $500. So I was like, well, what the hell? So I basically had a deadline there. Before that registration was due. I had to get rid of it.
How are your registration and insurance fees in Texas?
The registration is like $75 a year. You also have to pay $25 for an inspection, so it's $100 every year.
Well, not bad. It's about like here, I think.
Yeah, and that's a new car, old car, doesn't matter. I don't know about trucks. I haven't owned a pickup. I got friends that have pickup trucks, but I don't know what they do. Yeah. But there's so many pickups around. I mean,
I was going to say
covered in pickup trucks. So
oh my God, Texas,
it can't be some outrageous amount.
Yeah, yeah. It's like everybody and their uncle has a truck in Texas.
Yeah. Tough guy truck is
tough guy trucks. Pick 'em up trucks.
My favorite term for the big lifted ones, with all.
We actually do have a lot of trucks here too, in Napa County especially, because a lot of agriculture here, a lot of farmers, wineries. So there's a lot of white Ford F-Series trucks.
Yep,
ton of them here.
Hey, Bay Area, were you about to call them a brodozer? The lifted one?
Brodozer. I love that.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, but talking about color, when I traded in that truck and then I went with the Honda Accord, 4-cylinder, it's a coupe, so great on gas. And I had just started dating my wife at the time, and she was like, "You got to go with Honda." So I was like, "All right." Never owned a Honda, but I know they're good, and I really liked the color they used for all the advertising for the Accord coupe was this blue. It was called Belize Blue Pearl, and I was like, "All right, well, if I'm gonna get one of those, it's got to be that color because that is an amazing looking color." And so I went in. All right, I'm going to get the V6 at least. Maybe it'll have better gas mileage. And they're like, no, you can't afford the V6 because, where I had to take a step down from losing my job, just wasn't making enough. So I'm like, all right, I'll go with the 4-cylinder. And then they're like, okay, well, we can't find the blue anywhere. It's like, damn. Like, well, we got this gray one with, again, it was a gray one with a gray interior. And I'm just like, and here I'm looking over at my truck, which I had basically custom ordered back in end of 06.
Yeah.
And it was just everything I ever wanted in a vehicle. And then I'm turning around and saying, I got to trade it in for this gray on gray 4-cylinder.
Well, you know what's interesting about that? 4-cylinders are rising in popularity. I mean, they've always been popular, but
Right.
V6s and V8s are diminishing in popularity over time. 4-cylinders are getting more and more powerful all the time. In fact, our new car is a 4-banger, and it has more power and torque than the V6s of the 90s and 2000s.
Yeah, you
And it's amazing how efficient they're getting. You know, they're able to crank out more power while, you know, sipping on gas. So you get the gas mileage. They're just becoming so much more efficient.
Yep.
With a lot more power. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Even trucks are, you know, the larger trucks are starting to put out 4-cylinder power plants.
I was looking for good gas mileage because I had to drive, what was it, 60 miles round trip to work every day. So that was another consideration when I was getting something with high mileage. I mean, I think it was rated for 40 on the highway. I was pulling in, like, when it was new, I was pulling like 36 average between, you know, city and highway, getting back and forth to work. Had a fair amount of highway in there. But then as it got old, I think when I hit 30,000 miles, that miles per gallon tanked pretty quick. It dropped down to like 32, 31.
Oh, yeah.
But still, it was better than the 6-cylinder I had before that. I was only getting like 26 out of it. So,
did you experience a power loss also?
Yeah. But I mean, because what I had before that was a Toyota Avalon. So it wasn't sporty or anything, but it had good power. It ran good.
Yeah. How many miles again round trip is your commute?
Used to be 60 miles round trip. Now I work from home.
Nice. I'm about half and half on that.
Yeah. The forced work from, I've been trying to work from home for years. So I wasn't disappointed at all when they went to that.
Yeah. You burn less gas and deal with less bad drivers. I mean, it's a win-win.
But the bad side is I don't get, 12, 15 clips a day.
Exactly.
Well, I consider that a blessing, honestly. When I capture nothing, I'm like, okay, that's great. If I would rather put out no content and have stress-free drives or not have to drive than to be putting out content.
Yep.
Oh, it's still not stress-free, even if I'm not catching any clips.
Oh,
because there's a lot of crap going on. It just doesn't make the cut, but it's
great. Yeah, I mean, things are pretty nice around here when there's not a lot of traffic or people pulling stupid crap on the roads. It's, because we live in a beautiful area, and I do like to drive. I legitimately do like to drive, just not dealing with stupid people. But we're kind of getting back into the stupid people season. The tourists are coming back out, and
yeah, driving would be great if it wasn't for all the other people on the road.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, when the lockdowns first started, I had to drive into the office to get some stuff. Nobody on the road. Nobody. I was like, wow, quick, in and out.
And so speaking of idiots on the road, I found that clip I was looking for. I had it saved in another folder. So this is the one I had posted on Reddit that actually didn't get a whole lot of replies, except for maybe a couple of people saying that, oh, well, no harm, no foul, nothing bad happened. So here it is.
What the?
Let me play that again for those who missed it.
Yeah.
So here I am. I'm at a red light at a turn lane, and the other two lanes to my right are straight lanes.
Right.
So this guy, there is no lane to the right. This is a T intersection, and the top of the T is to the right side, so there's no other lane. And this guy is in the far right lane, and he wants to turn around. So he's thinking, well, might as well just do it now.
Oh my God.
Right around here, he gives me this look like, I don't even know what it was like. It was almost like a thanks, but I'm like, what was I gonna do? Like,
Wow, I've never seen anything like that.
but just kind of like he knew he was doing something really stupid, but
Oh crap!
Yeah.
right about here, he's just like, all right, doing it anyway.
Yeah.
That's all you hear.
Oh.
Me. Go, what the?
It's like I got to go back. I forgot something.
Yep.
I've been driving 24 years and I've never seen a move like that in person, especially not from the right lane. I've seen right turns from the very left lane
Yep.
at an intersection, but not this. This is
Right.
a whole new level of stupid.
And yeah, so see this person, you can see there's the walk sign. So right now, basically, in all three directions, pedestrians can cross. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that was the only thing that potentially could have been a danger, was someone could have been crossing, but that's not the point.
Right. Exactly.
Not only is it a no U-turn, not only is he in the far right lane, but it's also a red light.
Yeah, but you're right. This is a safe one for Reddit because you could absolutely do nothing wrong because you didn't move or nothing.
Right. If you had scooted forward an inch, your ass would be grass. Or if you even made a peep with the horn.
Yeah, somebody used to post mine on Reddit. A few of my good ones, one-offs I'd post up, they'd put them on Reddit. I don't know if it was Louis D or who. Somebody was putting them up there.
Huh.
And so I started getting all this traffic on my channel. As soon as I started getting traffic, it was downvotes and
Oh my God.
bad comments and how, whatever. And then I go on Reddit and find the thread and look up the comments on there, and it's even worse, right? Because it's all camera's fault, stuff like that. Some people were joking. There are people on there that know it's a joke, and they'll flat out say, "Oop, camera's fault," right? And just as a joke, because they know that's what everybody says.
Right.
But yeah, there are so many people that they're the driving experts.
Yes.
And I'll tell you all about it.
The ones that are self-proclaimed driving experts tend to be the ones who their driving experience is limited to Grand Theft Auto in their mom's basement.
So here's another one that I had nothing to do with. I was totally just an observer, and I thought for sure people would, be totally behind it. Like, yeah, this person just should not have done that.
Yeah.
Watch this SUV here on the right side. They want to get over to the right, but they can't, so they're just gonna sit there.
You're gonna block the traffic and wait.
This SUV is just stopped in this lane.
And there's an intersection. I don't know if you guys remember some of the videos I posted. The worst intersection in.
There's nobody in front of them.
Oh yeah.
That intersection is behind them, so that means there are so many people backing up and getting clogged.
What street is this?
This is Monument Boulevard.
Say that again.
Monument Boulevard.
Oh, Monument Boulevard. Where I'm trying to think. Where in relation to the Concord Mall is this?
That is, say if you leave the Concord Mall and you turn left down toward Pleasant Hill.
Yeah.
And then you make another left and you're going to turn on to
oh, okay.
If you're over there by Century Plaza, like with the movie theater.
Yeah. Now, wife and I are going to be in Concord on Wednesday.
You'll be right in my neck of the woods.
Actually, I was going to ask you if you are around, we could swing by and say hi to you.
Wednesday? I'm
yeah.
home all the time.
Huh?
I'm pretty much home all the time. Are you talking about this Wednesday?
Yeah, day after tomorrow. We're going hiking in the area.
Oh yeah, I will be here pretty much all day.
Oh, you have to hit me up in the email.
Yeah, will do.
We can maybe meet up.
Cool. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I work till 4:30, but yeah, if you stop by, I'd be able to.
Oh, you're at work until 4:30, so we'd have to hit you up after our hike.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I work at home, but yeah, I got to be available. But yeah, anytime after 4:30, I'm free.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, this one, people are like, well, again, they didn't do anything wrong. They needed to get over.
Oh yeah, they
those
needed to. I love that.
Over. So what else were they supposed
to
do?
Needed to. They needed to move their butts out of the way.
Right. What gets me is if this person had gone straight, there's the very next right turn, you can literally loop around.
Oh,
yeah. There's always a way to get right back around.
There's always a way.
Always.
Especially
remember?
Yes, you just pull that up and you.
remember Louis C.K.'s skit
Oh, you
on
mean the one
this
that
about? Oh, I have to get over. There's no other choice. There's no other choice. You remember that one?
I posted a video using that.
Oh, right, yeah.
I think I can pull that one up actually. And that one actually got a lot of good, except for the people that were like, "Oh, he did some bad things a few years ago." Then he got, which he did some kind of gross stuff apparently, but that
Yeah.
doesn't make what he said in his comedy routine any less true.
Right.
Let me see. Here we go. Found it.
They're very selfish. Most people don't give a shit what happens as long as they get to do their favorite thing. People don't even want to back off from their favorite thing. They won't even do their second favorite thing. Like, you ever seen somebody like they're at an intersection and they want to make a left, but they're in the all the way right lane because they messed up. So now here's the guy. He's in the right lane, and there's a lot of cars, like 6th Avenue, like a lot of cars, and he wants to make that left. So what does he do? He just does it anyway. He just goes ahead and he just
see him creeping up.
Everybody's life without any.
You know what he's gonna do?
Everybody's being
Gun it.
outraged, and you always see the guy go, I have to. There's no other possible thing.
Oh,
there they go.
They won.
What else could I do except go up one more block and then go left and take 4 seconds? That's not my favorite way, though.
It's not my favorite way.
99%
I mean, just the other day I was on the highway going out to Texas Motor Speedway. Never been out there. Well, hadn't been out there in a long time. And I was following Waze, which sometimes is confusing as all get out. And there's one section of traffic, that highway, that's been totally redone. And now it's like 8 lanes wide at one point and all this stuff. And it was telling me to get over to the right for like an exit. So I got all the way over to the exit and then said the name of the street or the section I wanted. Turns out that wasn't it. I actually needed to go. It had kind of wired off, and I needed to be not in the exit, but in the actual straight lanes there. And at the last second, I realized that I looked up and I go, "Oh shoot, I'm supposed to be over there, not this exit." It was like too late now. Just took the exit. Sure enough, I just went on around. Didn't even hit a traffic light. Came to merge right back on, right back where I wanted to be.
There's always
another way. There's always another way.
And the main thing is, like, I don't want to make my problem someone else's problem.
Someone else's problem. Same here.
That's my fault. Like,
if I make a mistake, I eat it.
Yep.
I made my bed, I lay in it, and I have no problem with it.
Well, you know what they say though: good drivers miss their exits, but
good drivers miss their exit. Bad driver never misses theirs. And I noticed in your clip that you played, I noticed that was a triple left turn. Not a dual left turn. That looked like a triple left turn.
Oh, on the other side.
On the other side, coming from the left.
How often do people screw that one up?
Oh, all the time. If you're on the outside of it, but you're not going onto the freeway and you're going straight, you will always get someone in the middle lane who does want the freeway.
Oh my God.
I've had people where they're next to me, and instead of just getting behind, they gun it and then they swerve in front of me. I've almost gotten hit quite a few times there.
Yeah, I don't think we have any triple turns around here. I think the only other one I've seen was actually I remember driving through one in Concord.
Yep. The only way to not have problems in that one is to be on the inside lane. That's the only
way.
But
or just have a train horn, But
don't use it
that brakes and fast reflexes.
Don't use it incorrectly, or the gatekeeping horn Nazis will come.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one is one where I'm like, all right, I'm about to get a clip. Make this turn, but if you're ready on the button to save the clip.
Do you see those happening in traffic and just call it? Go.
Oh yeah,
this got getting ready to happen.
Oh yeah, all the time.
There's a hot
all the time.
That's a hot spot, or I'll be
I'm
like, you know
yep,
what? I don't
somebody's
feel like,
about to be YouTubed.
Yep, I don't feel like dealing with anything happening, so I'm going to avoid that area because I know something's going to happen.
Yeah, I've gone out of my way to avoid problem areas, especially if I'm having a really good day and I don't want anything to mess it up. I'm like, okay, staying away from this intersection because I know something's going to happen here.
Oh
yeah, when I was driving to work, I was always had to take that one crazy exit there. where it always got blocked up, and it just got to the point where I was like, you know what? I've already had a few clips from here, so that's not really why I need to do this. I don't need to capture any more clips. So I just started getting off at an exit beforehand and just made my way through town, which in and of itself has its own hotspots, but at least they're different hotspots.
I did the opposite because they closed down my normal route into work, and I had to go a long way around. And I would get 2 or 3 clips every time going that extra half mile around. So after they fixed the road, I kept driving it just so I could get more clips.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. There are a few times I've been like, okay, I'm a little light on content, so I'm gonna go down.
I'm gonna go this way,
and then I'm gonna wait. Oh, there's nobody in the left lane to fail the dual turn. Damn. Okay.
You're like, oh, I need a toothbrush. I'm gonna go to Walmart, and you come home. Oh, you know what? Now I need some toothpaste. I'm gonna go back to Walmart. Oh, you know what? Now I need a razor.
Yeah, and now there's that one intersection down by the McDonald's and stuff. And every time I'm gonna go to Walmart and McDonald's, I go to that one because of that one intersection. I put like 3 of them in one episode, and then I had 2 or 3 more for another one. Somebody's always screwing up. I just sit at the light, waiting to make my left, waiting for somebody to mess up.
Somebody does invariably.
But to me, that's just good defensive driving. You know the hot spots, you know what might happen, and
Yep.
Yeah. To me, I've heard people say, "Oh, you dash cameras, you're just looking for stuff to happen." It's like, what's wrong with that?
Stuff finds us.
Yeah,
it finds us.
You just know where to expect it.
Yeah, you know where to expect it. You know how to avoid a crash.
Right.
And it's worked. 24 years, I've never been involved in a crash that I could have avoided.
Yeah. But the best stuff always comes when you're not expecting it whatsoever.
When you're not expecting it.
Something that happens.
Like getting rear-ended on the freeway twice.
Oh, geez.
Oh, yeah. I got rear-ended twice within a span of a week and a half.
Yep.
Just existing, just for existing.
You were in the way.
I was in the way. Now, actually, the first time, this is interesting. The first time I got rear-ended, it was a new driver, young guy, really nice. Felt bad for him, actually. And he hit the gas instead of the brake. And so he full throttled it into the car behind me, and then that car got pushed into me.
Yep, that's what happened to me on the freeway. The guy,
and my neck was hurting for a week after that.
Oh yeah. My neck, my back, my lower back was really bad when the Crown Vic got hit. But it didn't take long for me to get over that. The car did its job, but that one, the guy apparently never even hit the brakes. In that video, you'll see a red truck that is a few cars back. Well, that actually turned out to be the boss of a friend of mine, and so he saw the video when I posted it on Facebook, and he's like, "Yeah, that guy in the red truck, that's my boss. He told me about this crash he saw when he came into work." And he said, "Yeah, this guy in the Volkswagen never hit the brakes. He just plowed right into the Hyundai behind me, and then pushed the Hyundai into me, and the rest was history." That was how my first Crown Vic met its maker.
I'd say every place around here is a hot spot.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, it's that triple turn from Buskirk onto Monument. That is quite a hot spot.
Yeah.
The off ramp there onto Monument, that's definitely a hot spot.
Yep.
The left turn from Detroit Avenue onto Monument coming from Costco, it's another where constant dual turn fail.
Yeah.
Let's see, what's another one? Buskirk onto it's like a side street. Dual turns around here are just apparently.
Do you remember that one clip, Bay Area, that I posted when we were down in Concord? I don't remember what intersection it was. I think it was on Contra Costa Boulevard, and we were queuing up for the left dual turn lanes, and this lady wearing a mask just helps herself in front of us, just cuts in front of us, and my mother-in-law and my wife were not having it. Do you remember that one?
I think I do remember that.
What intersection is that?
That, I believe that is turning on to Concord Boulevard.
Concord Boulevard. Okay. That sounds about right.
Concord
Yeah.
Boulevard or Concord Avenue. I don't know why the hell they thought, oh, let's name 2 streets Concord. And one's gonna be Boulevard Avenue. But I can never keep them straight. But yeah.
Because every time I drive there, I'm always seeing somebody in the very right lane trying to cut over to those left turn lanes to get onto Concord Boulevard or Concord Avenue or whatever you just said.
Right. One of the two, I don't know. Yeah, that sounds familiar.
But that is a Contra Costa Boulevard that we were on, right? Because if you go further north, there's the mall, or no, there's Target. Yeah, Target. Right. Is that Contra Costa Boulevard?
That's Contra Costa Boulevard.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I'm always seeing stuff there. Oh, yeah, hang on a second.
Somebody wants you.
Somebody wants me.
Yeah, that's the one where I had just gotten my second Crown Vic, and I had just pulled out of the car wash, and I'm coming down Contra Costa Boulevard, and this truck just pulled out in front of me, and I totally thought for sure that was going to be the end of it, of this car I just got. Let me see if I can find that one here.
Nope, I didn't even know there was one.
Let's see. And that was just one of those where it's like, I don't even understand how I stopped in time. That was pretty crazy. Let's see if I can find
one. DC just said he may be able to get on, but I'm about ready to get off because you guys on the West Coast, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta work in the morning. I get up early, and this morning was hell. So I'm gonna face the rest of that tomorrow.
Well, we appreciate you coming on. It's good to have you.
All right, that was a phone call for me to get vaccinated.
Oh,
it's about time.
We just need a vaccine for stupid.
Yeah, and I don't know if we'll ever see anything, but that would be great. That would be great. Oh, now the wife is coming home.
Oh. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to bug out, guys.
All right.
Talk to you
later.
later.
Meeting you finally. It was great. Great to meet you.
Great talking to you guys.
Yeah.
Maybe DCE will jump in there. He said he might be able to, but
that'd be awesome.
Well, I hope he can.
All right, guys.
All right. You have a good night.
You too.
You got me a beer. Oh, thank you.
All right. So here's a good old CCB. This is another one that's a good one to post if you really want to not deal with any haters. I've actually had this one. Someone recommended for me to post this one onto the subreddit called Clutch Drivers.
Clutch Drivers.
It's basically like either dash cammers or someone that's caught on dash cam just making like a real awesome like call or awesome maneuver. Like there could have been a crash, but they avoided it. Like they were really good in the clutch. And yeah, so this was one of those where I'm like, I don't even know how I avoided this, how I didn't hit this.
Oh my God.
Holy.
Yeah, that was, so I had just gotten, let's see, when did this happen?
Oh, wow.
2018. I had just gotten that car maybe 2 weeks before that happened. And I just pulled out of the car wash there on the corner of Contra Costa Boulevard, the Shell down there. And so I just got it all clean. I'm about to drive. I'm pretty sure I was heading home. And that happened. And I thought for sure I was going to plow into that guy. But good reflexes and good brakes, I guess. So,
yeah, I'll say.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like for a second there, I thought about going after the guy and just giving him a piece of my mind, but I thought better of it.
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't
that
catch
was in front
it.
of the Denny's.
I don't remember if you honked.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you did, but I.
Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah.
And then so,
glad you
that's
gave it.
The other thing on Reddit is people don't seem to realize that a horn is operated with your hand, and
right, not your foot.
Operated with your foot. They can be used simultaneously.
Oh, you know why? Because they're used to driving. They're just kids whose only driving experience is operating a golf cart.
Yeah.
You know, their parents' golf cart, and so golf carts actually they're. I have driven a golf cart where the horn was operated with the left foot,
Oh wow.
but
Interesting.
that's not the norm. So
And
with
these kids probably break with their left foot. So.
they probably brake with their left foot, and
Yeah.
you should have braked instead of honking, and
Right.
I see that all the time, and it's like, yeah, it is possible,
Yeah.
to honk
I
and
had one
brake at the
clip where I honk and I hit the brakes at the same time, and so I didn't need to. There was nothing going on behind me, but I
yeah,
included the back view anyway because you can see my center brake light up. So
yeah.
I was like, "There, see, I hit the brakes and the horn at the same time."
It would be
So
kind of a neat feature on a car, though, if to have a system that detects heavy braking and automatically links to the horn.
right,
That would be a neat feature.
yeah. I mean, Tesla's already got that where when you honk the horn, it saves the clip on the dash cam.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I did
Teslas
not.
have, I think it's 4 different dash cams built in. 4
Ah,
rear and sides.
yeah, I knew they had several cameras, but I didn't know about the horn feature.
Yep, yeah, you honk your horn, it
Oh, saves the clip. I wonder if
Like
heavy braking does the same.
maybe send Elon an email. Maybe he could.
Elon. He's
I
too busy
don't.
buying Bitcoin.
Yeah, I don't remember the feature, but there was something where somebody emailed him about like, oh, I'd really like it if you could include whatever feature he wanted. And so the
Yeah,
next software update, he put it in and he named it after the guy.
yeah,
it was like Joe mode or something like that.
yeah. No, he's too busy sending cars into space.
Yeah, or actual spacecrafts into space. So some of
Or
that stuff.
actual spacecraft.
And then bringing those
Didn't
spacecraft back down and landing on Earth.
didn't his latest launch go wrong? Didn't this craft explode or something? Or was
I
that
think so.
or was that a NASA craft?
No, I'm pretty sure that was SpaceX.
Yeah.
But you know what? As long as there weren't any people on board,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's not like it's tax. Well, I know. I think he's being helped out by taxpayer money, but
Yeah.
it's mostly his, from what I understand. So.
Yeah. Yeah. And so where are we in this video here? Is this Contra Costa Boulevard?
This is Contra Costa Boulevard. The
Up
mall
towards
is coming up
Target?
on the left. Yeah, leaving Target, and the mall is going to be up here on the left.
Yeah.
You can totally hear my ABS kick in too with that.
Holy.
And it wasn't too long after this that my ABS module actually went out, and so if this had happened a few months later, I totally would have slid right into the guy. So, but that has since been fixed. So.
Oh, okay. Hopefully, it didn't cost an arm and a leg.
It cost nothing actually, because a good buddy of mine, he had a spare ABS module from his other Crown Vic.
Yeah.
So he was gracious enough to give me that, and I just popped it in, and problem solved. So.
Tommy Blazer, yeah, I think that would be especially true of, say, Richmond, California, or maybe Detroit, or a really bad part of LA,
Right.
like the Watts district. Yeah, I have driven in areas where my wife advised me don't use a horn under any circumstance because
I
might
got
get
cut
shot.
off literally by the Hells Angels once. And my
You
wife was
what?
the Hells Angels, they flew by us in big old group, and then the last few bikes ended up getting over, and they pretty much cut us off. Like there's really no ifs, ands, or buts around.
Oh yeah.
And my wife was like, "Why aren't you honking?"
Yeah, I probably wouldn't either.
I don't want to die.
Yeah, I tend to try not to ever get on a motorcyclist's bad side, because my greatest fear, actually, it's a thing now, knocking mirrors off.
Oh yeah.
And you can't catch them. You cannot catch them because their license plates are probably too small for the camera to catch, and they're long gone by the time you call the police. So I don't bother with motorcyclists honking at them or anything.
I had a few times where I felt like I wanted to when I rode, but I never did. So I can.
Yeah, I don't.
I never knocked any mirrors off.
They're the small group that I pretty much leave alone. So much for not discriminating against who you honk at. They're a protected group.
Oh yeah.
They're a protected group. They're immune from the horn, or at least mine anyway.
Right.
Just because nowadays they'll just come, they'll slow down, they'll knock your mirror off, and they'll just take off. And that's the last thing I want to happen, so I don't mess with them.
Right. Yeah, especially here with lane splitting. Man, that's
Yeah.
I'm never going to post any of my motorcycle clips because I just know I'm going to get all the people from other states where lane splitting is not legal, and it's 9 times out of 10 it's going to have involved lane splitting, and I just don't want to deal with that. So.
I always move over, give them space when I see them coming up lane splitting.
Yeah, man, I've had some people that they would give me so much space, and I felt bad because they were all the way off into the.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna pick something up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but I figured they appreciate it. You know, every little thing we can do to help them out, because I know that it is tough being in stop and go traffic with an air cooled engine, and so you gotta best thing to do is to keep moving, and so your engine doesn't overheat.
Sure.
So I just give them lots of space when I see them coming, and give them space to lane split that way, and then they're less likely to take the mirror off accidentally.
Yeah, right.
You know,
I didn't have the air cooled problem because I rode a cruiser, but it was a Honda, so it was so I didn't have the problem the Harleys get. I used to have friends that they rode Harleys, and they were like, they'd have to pull over because they overheated when we were running, like in parades or things like that.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, I'm good. I'm liquid cooled.
Hey, sweetie, this is Bay Area. Bad Drivers of the Bay Area. He's down in the Concord area.
Oh, cool.
I told him that after our hike, I'll give you my number in an email. I'll give you my phone number.
Cool.
And you can tell us where to meet you on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I thought we'd stop by just for a few minutes, say hi, and
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I always like to meet fellow Dashcams. I've only met a few.
And we'll take the brand new car too. So
nice.
Yeah. So we'll exchange numbers in our email, and then we can figure out where you want to meet up for a few minutes.
Yeah. Sounds good. The only, now that I think of it, that is the day I've got some family coming home that day. I may have to pick them up from
okay.
rental. So it all will center around when I get off work and when they're back in the area. So
yeah, if we can't swing it this time, there will always be another time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But
cool.
Yeah, Concord's close enough that we have reasons to come down there from time to time. Hobby Lobby. I know she loves Hobby Lobby. We don't have a Hobby Lobby up here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't even think Fairfield has a Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, they do.
But they
But
don't have a fabric store, and
their
Hobby Lobby's nice.
Yeah.
There's one in Brentwood as well.
Yeah. No, she really likes the one in Concord.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Let's go. I always go by there check out their model kits, because Michael's just doesn't have the selection they used to. So Hobby Lobby's the place for model kits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa.
I know what you mean. What was that? Somebody slam a door?
Mm-hmm. Right?
Oh my God. That sounded like a bomb going off. Whew. But
do we ever hear from DCE? Was he gonna jump in, or?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I could shoot him a text. Let me shoot him a text. Hang on, let me pull up my.
He was still here on the stream.
I know I've made friends with dash cammers to the point where we've exchanged phone numbers and everything. And let's see. Hey, Mang, you gonna join?
A little exclusive.
Yeah, before
a little
stuff happened, I thought, man, it'd be so cool to have like a dash camera convention. Just all of us get together.
Yeah, dash camera convention.
Low-key one.
A little low-key one.
Or you could have it out at Sears Point.
Sears Point, we could race our cars. We could race each other like dash cameras racing one another.
We all upload all of our clips.
Yeah.
You can film it and then blur everyone's face.
Yeah.
There you go.
Film it and blur everyone's face.
Or just wear masks.
I just sent DC a text. So.
Right, we're wearing masks anyways.
Wrestling masks. And you could go out and
Lucha Libre, I guess they call it.
Yeah.
In Mexico, they call.
You could wear those masks, and you could all go race cars together.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. You can wear little capes.
Capes, right? Capes and tights. Oh yeah, there we go. We're gonna sexy things up a little bit here, huh? Capes and tights.
I don't know if you can hear me laugh, but that's a funny image.
Yeah, I think he can hear you laugh.
Became a whole different kind of convention.
I know. Now we're spilling over into
Hey, I'm trying to get you views.
views. That'll get views.
It's gonna get me taken off of YouTube.
And get taken off of YouTube.
This isn't Twitch, you know.
Well, YouTube is kind of stabbing us in the back with their algorithm changes, so we gotta up the ante a little.
Right.
We'll drive in the
That's
car.
why I don't know if you guys saw. I actually did a little test stream last night where I actually did a little bit of gaming. And
Oh.
streamed my gaming. I went.
Didn't see
hold on,
that.
it's up on the channel if you want to go. It was just kind of an impromptu thing. I was testing out some settings for today.
Well,
I
look
was
at
like,
that.
what? What I could do is I could pull up a video game because I got my two screens set up so I could have
Yeah.
the chat and the stream going on the second
Simultaneous.
screen, and then have the game going on the main screen. And yeah, it went pretty well until I tried to do an online race, and then it got really choppy because I guess I was using too much bandwidth. But
Yeah.
I was doing an offline race. It was really smooth. I had a buddy of mine was watching along, and he said everything looked good. So, and it's a driving game, so it's technically, it's. I think I was probably the bad driver.
Yeah.
I was playing with a controller. I didn't go ahead and fully set up my racing wheel, but I was just using my PS4 controller, so not the best driving dynamics. But
Yeah. Oh,
it was-
purple hair in the comments here says that I don't know if it's a she or he. Sorry for my not knowing, but said that they'd watch Capes and Tights. So we got one taker already for Capes and Tights. All
Capes
right.
Tights at Sonoma Raceway and the Dashcam.
The Raceway Tights,
You
yeah.
can both be anonymous.
And
Except for each other, right?
DCE just texted me back. He says he can't make it. So
All right.
yeah. Tommy's asking you if you have anything good out on Vasco.
No, I don't touch Vasco. I'm not out that area. I used to when I lived out that way and I was going out to Livermore or anywhere out like the 580 side. But no, ever since I've been using a dash cam, I don't think I've really been on Vasco too much. That whole stretch is scary to me. Like, I did drive it once in it was my dad's Jeep in the fog, and that was just frightening. I can't even. You couldn't even see past the hood.
Oh wow.
There were a couple of times I just had to like pull over and just kind of see if we could wait for it to ease up a little bit because it was pretty nasty. But yeah, Vasco. No, I don't really head out that way very often. I avoid that.
Where's Vasco Road? Is it kind of on the? Oh, where is Vasco Road? I've heard of it.
Like Brentwood, Byron, Discovery Bay, and if you're heading toward like Tracy or Livermore.
Oh yeah.
Out towards,
Okay. I used to do a lot of work out in Livermore.
I used to be on it. I knew a girl who lived out in Dublin, and I was living in the far East Bay area, and so I would take that when I go to see her. But yeah, I don't really deal with Vasco anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, hey Doug, glad to see you were able to join, man. Yeah, that's my buddy that joined me for Wreckfest live stream yesterday.
Cool. Marsh Creek Road. I've heard of Marsh Creek Road also.
Yeah, Marsh Creek, that one I have taken a lot more often just because it's kind of a good freeway alternative if you're trying to get out to the far East Bay from Concord.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's actually a really fun one I would take on the bike. And I've actually taken
cool.
the Crown Vic down it. Just there's a lot of twists and turns, and if you're the only car, if you don't have anyone in front of you slowing you up, it's actually a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I want to take. Well, I have actually taken our new car to. Have you heard of? So okay, if you ride motorcycles, and you probably know about Mulholland Drive, the Snake in Malibu, Southern California. You do know about it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a location that's just like that. Well, not just like it, but it's got the frequency of curves in it that make it extremely fun to drive if you have a bike or a car that's fun to drive. And I took it out there, and it's pretty popular with motorcyclists.
Oh, cool.
and I know that you have some hilly areas down that way in Alameda and Contra Costa County
Yes.
that are fun also.
Yeah, especially around like San Ramon. I'm trying to remember the name of it. There's a couple of them out there. San Ramon and Pleasanton. I think one of them is Niles Canyon Road.
Yeah.
It's really fun to just lots of turns and a lot more interesting than your standard freeway for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a really good Marsh Creek video somewhere. I really need to organize my clips a little better because
Yeah.
it's like I'm one of those where I know I've got it, but the idea is finding it.
What's it?
Oh, here we go.
What? Piece of ham.
There we go.
Oh, I want some.
There's plenty in
I don't want any potatoes though.
Plenty ham.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, I think he's asking you what new car did you get?
I am going to plead the fifth.
Plead the fifth. There we go.
We'll say it's a very popular and it's an SUV. We sold the minivan, and the minivan just had a lot of mechanical problems that we took it in and got it looked at, and it was going to be over $4,000 worth of work. And
Yeah.
11-year-old minivan, and it had other issues that had issues with the paint that was due to Honda just having a really crappy white paint. It was basically just anytime anyone that had a Honda from that era, if it was white, the paint was peeling. Like I've seen them on the road. I'd see another Odyssey of the same generation and the same color, and 9 times out of 10 the paint was peeling off of it.
Yeah.
So it was
no
fault of our own. Plus, we bought it used, and I think it had already started.
Yeah.
Here's my Marsh Creek.
Oh, okay.
Little idea of what that's like.
Oh, there we go. Marsh. Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty scenic.
Yeah, it looks a lot like some of the rural areas around here. That looks like Pope Valley. Wow, it looks just like Pope Valley.
But, yeah, so got rid of the minivan. Our kids are old enough where minivans not necessarily, we don't have strollers and diaper bags.
Yeah.
And then our money just went a lot further with what we got versus trying to find another newer Odyssey. So primarily happy with what we got. It's crazy low miles for the year that it is.
And you said it's the Odyssey that you got rid of that had mechanical issues?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone talks about a Honda's go forever. What kind of issues were you having with it?
Well, it was at 122,000 miles, so I mean it was up there, but that's still pretty low for a Honda. The power steering pump was going out, the return lines were leaking, the head gasket and the cylinder head were leaking, needed new control arms and bushings. It wasn't super long, but the stuff it needed was pretty expensive. So,
yeah. Hey, by the way, I don't know if you're able to tell, but the audio from your video is kind of drowning your voice out.
Okay, I'm going to kill that.
There we go. Now I can hear you clearly. But yeah, and I'm sorry, this is which road again?
This is Marsh Creek.
Marsh Creek, yeah. What a beautiful drive.
Yeah. When I was working in Pleasant Hill, but I was living out in
I see a cell phone tower. That looks like a cell phone tower.
That's a tree. That's totally a tree.
Those are the only trees that don't burn down when a fire comes through.
Right.
Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah, because I know we lost our cell service when a fire came through.
Like 3 months.
3 months. We had no cell service. It sucked. But wow.
Hey, what's going on North Central Maryland?
Hey, Maryland, how you doing?
Yeah, here's where the drive ends up not being all that fun when you get behind a slow post.
Yeah, it tends to spoil the fun. You get to enjoy
these turns, but
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I know the feeling because every time I take the car out, I get stuck behind somebody slow, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this person only pulled over because they looked behind them and they thought they saw a cop car.
Well, at least they were courteous enough to
Right.
do that. Yeah.
I never intend to look like a cop, especially my current one. It doesn't even look like a Crown Vic anymore. I've actually got a few parts on it that are Grand Marquis parts. So
Yeah. So you
it's
do still have the Crown Vic.
I've got not this one, the black one that you see here. That's the one that got totaled in the rear ender.
Yeah.
So the one I have now is in my current videos is the silver car that you see, the light silver car.
Yeah.
And in some of my once I run out of clips with the Odyssey, you'll start seeing a dark gray hood of a car.
Ah.
That'll be the new one. And unfortunately, it's got the really wimpy horn that this particular manufacturer uses.
Well, fortunately, they're easy to swap.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to look into that. I will miss the horn on the Odyssey because it was a nice dual tone. And
Yeah. Is that, by the way, is that Mount Diablo in the distance there that I'm seeing? Kind of looks like it.
Yeah, that is. Yep.
It is. Oh, yeah. Boy, that place has miles and miles of fantastic hiking trails.
Oh yeah.
I love
I'll
that
get
place.
up there with my girls because we've been going out on the weekends and I've been taking them out for hikes, and now that the weather's been nice.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's great to get them out into nature, and it's something for us to do together.
Yeah, it's great family time.
Yeah, and it gets all their energy out. So when they get home, they're not bouncing off the wall.
They're not bothering mom and dad all night.
Exactly. Yeah, I put them to bed, and they are out like a light.
Yeah. Well, and they're healthy. Our bodies are meant to move, and it's good for us.
Oh yeah. Where you can find an 08 CVPI ABS module. I have an extra one actually, but I don't know if it's any good. So I don't know if it'd be worth sending to you. But I actually yesterday I was just out at a pick and pull looking for some parts. So that's probably your best bet. If you have a pick and pull or a junkyard, they're really easy to get out, and I don't know if they would charge you all that much. So if you find a few of them, and find out what year range, because I know even though Crown Vics from like 98 to 2011, 90% of the parts are the same, but there are going to be things that are year specific, or at least a year range. But once you find out what that range is, just head out to a junkyard and just see what you can get. I think the only thing you're going to need to get that out,
I mowed the lawn on
it's just a socket set.
Really good.
The one you got with, yeah. See, it's kind of a crapshoot. I actually need to get a seatbelt pretensioner for mine, and there were just none of them were any good. Where I felt like, 05 to 08, okay, yeah. You just kind of have to gamble a little bit. I was lucky enough where I got it from a buddy who knew that his was good, because he had actually gotten rear-ended, and so he knew that everything on the front end of his car was good. So he popped his out and gave it to me, and I was able to pop it up.
I gotta email Tom.
Pop it in there, but
about the first.
Junkyards here have all but shut down due to insurance. Wow.
What time do you think they go to bed?
Rough. I'm surprised here, this being California, that we haven't run into that issue. But for ours, it's $2, and you go in and you walk in. Unfortunately, I struck out. I didn't find anything worth pulling when I went.
You get some horns for your car.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
But it's always interesting to see, okay, what kind of stuff could I maybe get off a town car that I can put into my Crown Vic to lux it up a little bit. Some things you're really easy to swap over, but you got to be real lucky with it, because sometimes, most times cars are in there because they were in a wreck and stuff.
I've even seen some in the pick and pull yards that burned.
Yep.
And you see some of these cars that are all smashed in that have been in accidents, and you can't help but wonder how many people have died in these. That has crossed my mind walking through here, thinking some poor soul probably died in this car.
Yeah, especially if you see one that's just really bad off. It is pretty eerie. You're looking at
it. And I've seen some really gnarly wrecked cars in the pick and pull yards as I'm walking through. You know, this was back when I was selling car horns, so I don't know. I've mentioned it before, but I don't know how many people actually know this. But there was a period of time where I was actually selling horns on eBay, and it actually was a great little side hustle. And I would go to the pick and pull yards, go around, pull horns off of cars, test them out, buy them, and then get home, tune them a little bit. I used a little tuning box so I wouldn't drive the neighbors crazy, blaring horns all day. But you know, I would tune them so that they'd be at their loudest, and then I'd sell them on eBay. And you know, take a wild guess at where most of my customers were from, which state they were from.
California. Texas.
Nope. New York. New York City.
Quite a bit.
And my second biggest clientele was actually from New Jersey. It's not a surprise.
This was another fun one on. Speaking of motorcyclists,
are we on 680?
Yes. This guy thinks I'm going to draft behind a big rig.
How close he is to him.
Nothing could possibly go wrong here.
No, nothing at all.
If that truck, picks something up in its tires and spits it out the back.
Oh my God! Did you see the one on Reddit? Someone's car tire caught a wrench on the ground on the pavement, flung it up, and it hit the camera car, and it just about pierced the windshield.
Damn! No, I hadn't seen that one yet.
Yeah, big old wrench.
What are some of the subs that you're on? I'm wondering if we're on the same ones. I don't think I've seen any of yours on the ones that I'm in.
No, I'm on Roadcam.
Yeah.
Sometimes, depending on what mood I'm in and how much crap I'm willing to put up with.
That's one of the more critical ones, I think.
So sometimes I'm on the investing subreddit, and then there's the other one specific to my car model that I don't want to say here. And it seems like there's a couple others that I'm on.
That was a scooter, by the way.
Yeah, can't.
He wasn't getting enough good mileage by being on a scooter. He had to get even better mileage by
drafting
behind it.
Oh man. Yeah. Riddled with bullets. Oh. Yeah. I haven't seen that in the pick and pull yards. Any cars riddled with bullets.
I've seen Bonnie and Clyde's car.
My wife actually got to see Bonnie and Clyde's car at a museum. Where?
I saw it in Vegas on display.
Oh, in Las Vegas, yeah.
Riddled with bullets.
Yeah, I don't know how many of you guys have seen it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bullets all over.
I haven't seen it.
Tons of bullet holes.
I've seen a house riddled with bullets. Somebody I knew had a house that had a bullet holes that went through multiple walls.
All right. So this one here, I don't think anyone's seen this one. I don't know if I posted it. But I'm sitting at a red light, and here are these two dudes doing a photo shoot in the median.
Oh my God!
I'm just watching them, waiting for my green light. Like, are they seriously like? This dude's just doing a photo shoot in front of the left lane left sign.
That's good.
Like, well, that's a good friend right there. So, hey man, we come down to the median in Pleasant Hill and take my Instagram pictures. Another one of those things where a dash cam is it's so good to have because you don't always just get bad drivers. You'll get just funny stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
You wouldn't have captured otherwise. Yeah, that was pretty good.
I took things a step further and I got myself a body cam. So when I go out in public, I just slap the body cam on because you never know what you're going to get.
I have the one with my sunglasses. They're built into the sunglasses.
Oh, that's right. You were talking about that. I remember now. Yeah. So do you wear those pretty much every time you go out in public?
Not every time. Usually just driving. Or I'll warn them when I go on a hike with my kids because I don't want to be using up my phone battery or having to hold a phone.
Right.
times out of 10, if we're walking up or walking down somewhere steep, I'm holding their hands, and obviously I'm not gonna be holding my phone, and I don't want to use my phone to record because it uses up the battery. So yeah, this was the perfect alternative. I'm wearing them, and I just turn it on, and it's showing everything that I see. And then it ends up being just a really cool alternative to, or a supplement to the Dashcam.
Yeah, and Clueless, I don't know about the 70 MAI Dashcam Pro. I'll check it out, but I am really happy with the VFO. VFO? Is it VFO? VFO? I don't know how to pronounce it. I probably sound stupid pronouncing it both ways, but the A119 version 3, I love it. It is the best camera ever. And Purple Hair says that she has to go. So good night, Purple Hair.
All right, thanks for joining us.
Awesome that you were able to tune in because she's local to your area.
Great. Always good to have locals.
Yeah.
You guys get it.
Yeah.
You guys understand our plight.
Mm.
Tommy Blazer asking if the new roundabout in the Willows has gotten better. I'm not sure. My wife doesn't work over there anymore. She got laid off with the whole COVID thing. And so we don't go over there nearly as much. I'm going to guess that it hasn't. I don't know why it would, but
where's this roundabout?
It's actually next door to the Willows at the veranda in Concord.
So what is the Willows?
The Willows it's a shopping center on Diamond Boulevard.
Diamond Boulevard.
Oh, is it off of Willows?
Is it off of Willow Pass Road?
It's, you would think, but it's actually off of, what is it, Concord Boulevard, and then it's right in between.
So it's not the mall.
No, it's not the mall. No.
No, it's close to the mall, but
and it's not where Hobby Lobby is.
It is actually very close to Hobby Lobby. If you leave Hobby Lobby and then instead of turning on, actually, is that Willow Pass? Yeah, instead of turning on a Willow Pass, if you go straight, you're on Diamond, and then that's where the Willows is.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah.
Right. Yep. See, I always mix those two up.
Yeah, we were down there a few months ago.
Yeah. So when you guys are in Concord, head to the veranda and experience the roundabout.
I'll check it out. I mean, I'll take your mother hates roundabouts. She's scared of them. My mother-in-law is a horrible driver. In fact, I've got a couple clips. So I have a good story, and then I've got a couple clips that you guys are going to see of that. Oh, he's going to show us. Okay, cool. Oh, I got to see this. Oh, it's actually in the shop. Oh, okay.
It's the main entrance to the shop.
Oh, look at that BMW driver just cut you off. Oh, we might have to drive this just to see what we capture. Oh, we might have to do that. We might have to drive that.
Yeah,
might have to
spots. This one, I don't know how we avoided. Totally just pit maneuvering.
Wow. Okay, we're doing this roundabout Wednesday. We're doing this roundabout Wednesday. But don't worry, I'll hang back so that they don't hit us or whoever's driving. I don't know if I'm going to drive or you're going to drive. Doesn't matter to me.
Oh, I hate driving down there.
She doesn't like driving, so I guess I'm going to be the one to drive.
It's definitely one of those where you're like, okay, here comes a clip.
Yeah.
Let's get me some clips here.
This is good. I'm liking this video here.
Got so much footage of it. You can make a whole video just that.
Yeah, you can make a whole
You
can make a whole channel just based on this roundabout.
Exactly. Yeah, we got a lot of it because it was either I was picking my wife up from work or she was going to work or leaving work. So
I know I saw a Mini Cooper like that with a red top the other day for the first time. Yep. Nobody knows how to do these roundabouts.
Oh, do I stop now?
Yeah, like after I've been honked at, I should stop at now.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, we're definitely checking this place out. Well,
if you need something to eat, check out the Yard House restaurant that's in there.
Yard House restaurant. Okay.
They've got some poke nachos that are amazing.
Ooh.
That sounds good.
Not nacho cheese.
Yeah.
So if you just stick to the inner lane, you can keep doing that circle.
Yeah, you just keep going around.
an infinite number of times till you capture something.
Pretty much.
It'd be like Clark W. Griswold who can
on
never
the
find his
curb.
way out.
Oh, that'd be my mother.
Wow, your mother would do that.
She hates curbs.
Actually, your mother would do every single one of the things that those bad drivers are doing.
She hits curbs.
She swings into the wrong lane.
Yeah, she turns with 2-lane turns. She pulls, crosses over.
Yep.
She goes down one-way streets.
Wow.
Take her license away.
Oh, this one's fun.
Yeah. Oh my God, that guy's totally on the wrong side.
Oh, that'd be my mother.
Wow.
Dumb.
Jeez.
I was like, when that happened, I'm like, I don't know if the camera's gonna catch that. And then I got home and checked it, and like, oh, it totally
Big
did.
special.
Oh, I gotta see this roundabout now.
Yeah.
I have to see this roundabout.
That's funny.
It's
Can we check it out?
I
A
don't care.
yield is the same as a stop, right?
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Dum dum dum.
Yeah, dum 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 dum.
I could have played yakety sax over this whole video, and it would.
I don't know. My opinion. I have to be honest about yakety sax. I think it has been overdone.
Oh yeah.
So
Definitely.
much that I can't even listen to it anymore. If anybody has yakety sax, I now turn my volume completely off because it was so overplayed that I just can't do yakety sax anymore. Oh, so is it just? It's just one roundabout in this complex, right?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
They can't
I
handle it,
definitely
yeah.
want to check this out.
Yeah. That person-
Whoa, that guy came from the wrong side.
Oh my
Holy
God,
shit!
People.
Wow.
Oh.
So you know what my mother-in-law did yesterday? We were in the car with her, and I should have had a camera going because this would have been a great clip. So we had a green light. She turns left, and she sees the red light for cross traffic, and she thought it was her light. And she said, "Oh, do I need to stop again?"
Jesus
Oh my God.
Stop in the middle of the intersection.
Oh my God. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody do that before.
Oh, she's
Wow.
done
Your light's green, you turn left, and you see the red light for other traffic and think it's your light too. Oh man.
Goofy.
Has Detroit and Monument gotten better? If that's the one, yeah, that's the one coming from Costco. Yeah, if you're talking about the dual turn, no. I mean, that's another one where I'm like, okay, I'm going to hold back a little bit because it's going to end up not just being a clip, but it's going to be one that I send to my insurance company.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm done. I'd like to have a good decade where I don't have to contact insurance about. That would be nice because I've had way too many in the last 10 years. Let's see if I've got anything else. Let's see what I'm trying to look at the ones that I put on Reddit that I've gotten.
Yeah.
Gotten crap for.
Do they give you crap for the roundabout ones?
No, I think the only ones I've gotten from those like, oh, that's not that big of a deal. It happened all the time.
The usual.
Yeah.
Their only driving experience really is Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, this
in their
is
mother's basement.
that one on the Buzzkirk.
Yeah.
That happens all the time.
This one here. I can see you're hanging back because you know this is coming.
Pretty much. And they chose to buy a Mitsubishi, so they already have a history of making bad choices.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody in this chat drives a Mitsubishi, so you don't have to worry about offending anybody.
True, I'm sticking by what I said.
There you go. Stick to it. You're sticking to your story.
If the company also makes TVs, you probably shouldn't buy a car.
Exactly. Well, they make planes too, you know. They make planes, TVs, microwaves. What else does Mitsubishi? Shitsubishi. I call it Shitsubishi. Well, they make stereos, yeah. Stereos.
Anytime I see a company that makes a very wide range of just completely different things.
Yeah. Stay away from them because they don't specialize in anything. They're well, how does it go? I'm
a jack of all trades and a master.
Jack of all trades and a master of none. Yeah, you want to stay away from anything that's supposed to keep you safe.
Yeah.
Did you hear that Honda actually? I think Honda made an aircraft.
I think I heard that. Yeah.
but
But,
they didn't stick to it. I think it was just like one aircraft they made like
well,
10
at least
years
the
ago.
things they make all at least have motors, like lawnmowers.
True. Honda does make things with motors, so you can trust them a little bit more. They make a really good lawnmower. I don't know about Tecumseh and some of the other brands of lawnmowers. Briggs and Stratton. No, Briggs and Stratton's pretty good, but Honda I think is the best.
John Deere.
Yeah. Oh, John Deere's good too.
So here's one. I haven't edited this, so bear with me if it's not
That's okay.
anything worth watching.
We won't judge. This isn't Reddit. You'll be okay here.
I think it's split into two clips. So it's the silver Corolla right here. There's a panhandler up here on the median, and I can't remember if it's this clip or the next one, but they go up to the panhandler here. Okay, it must be in the next one. It's not so much what they do, it's how they did it that just it was one of those things like, was this a good thing to do or should they have not, because it's kind of a dick move.
Right.
So let me see. Let me find the other one.
Oh, by the way, Twin Cities Metro Dashcam, you are right. Mitsubishi does make elevators also, and I think they make escalators too.
Okay. Okay, where was
I could probably name about 6 or 7 different elevator and escalator companies.
Yeah, because only you would read that.
Yeah.
Only you would research that.
Well, no, I just pay attention to what I'm stepping on.
So it's right at the beginning of this clip, but the guy literally just throws the money out of his window.
Oh, really? He throws it at this guy?
Really, like he just boom.
Wow.
Right
What
around the
the actual hell?
He just threw it. And so he's driving by, and this person's got to go back and get it because he just watered up a couple.
Wow, that's
yeah,
crazy.
You can see it there, very ever so slightly. And I was like, okay, on one hand, he threw money at them, so but he gave them money, yeah, but he threw it at them, and now they've got to go pick it up off the ground. Like, seemed a little backhanded.
Yeah, it does. Sure does.
Let's see that one more time. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And good on him for not stopping at the green light and holding everybody up, but
yeah. Oh, I just learned something crazy. Ferrari has made laptops, according to Clueless Drivers in SoCal.
I think I remember it was like an Acer or an
Was
Acer,
it?
one of those two, but it was branded, so they basically they sold the licensing to
That's crazy.
Brand, but yes, I do remember that.
I know. What else are they going to start making? Shoes?
Are they gonna be fast?
Are they going to be fast shoes?
Are they gonna be red?
Make you walk faster. They'll be red.
Red shoes.
Yeah. Lamborghini makes tractors. Ooh. Gotta be a rich farmer to afford that.
But see, again, at least that has a motor. It's actually a motor vehicle of some kind.
Yeah.
Not a TV or a microwave.
Yeah, Kawasaki. Oh, Yamaha. Now that's interesting because they make obviously the tires and they make motorcycles and they also make pianos.
Right.
Pianos and motorcycles in the same factory. No.
Guitars and drums too.
Cars, drums, and pianos.
Piano rivs itself up.
What is the most elite brand of piano?
Oh,
Steinway?
Probably a Steinway. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're like the Rolls Royce of pianos.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go in a couple minutes. I have to text a few people and sort of make plans for the month. And if I get them in the next couple minutes, I know that they probably won't be in bed yet. There's nothing more that I fear of waking somebody up out of a deep sleep.
So here's a real ridiculous one. And I haven't posted this on Reddit because I already know exactly what people are going to say. And
Yeah.
there might be a point in that I kept going when I probably should have stopped and let the stupid happen.
Yeah.
Where it wasn't in any danger, but it's kind of another one of those hindsight is 2020 things. Like in the moment, you're just thinking, I want to get away from this person. and
Yeah.
you obviously don't want to stop in the middle of an intersection at a green light either, because that can have its own repercussions. But
Yeah.
you have to see this one.
What the hell?
What?
Wow.
And that is not even a light. It's not a turn lane. It's not a U-turn. That is supposed to be a straight lane, and they are
Oh, jeez.
What the hell?
That's
not
crazy.
anywhere near.
Even with the horn, they lunged forward.
Right. I thought for sure that's kind of why I kept going, because they had stopped, and so I
Yeah.
thought,
Yeah.
What the
get through the
hell?
intersection, because right here they stopped, and yeah, that lunge forward. I'm like, what?
Jesus Christ. Were they getting honked at by other people?
I believe this Nissan in front of me honked at them as well.
Oh, good.
As you can see, they sort of swerved around it.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Holy crap.
It's not even close to anywhere correct. This is actually over in Pleasant Hill by the Kohl's.
Yeah.
The Kohl's shopping center.
Oh, I can't wait to see what kind of crap we capture in Concord on Wednesday.
Yeah, good luck.
This will be interesting. But well, I got to run. It was great talking to you, of course, and great talking to the peeps in the sidebar chat and reading their comments. And hey, I'm gonna give you my phone number in the email.
Okay, perfect.
You know, I trust you. You know, I've made some really good friends here in the Dashcam community, and we've exchanged phone numbers. So I'll send you my number, and we can text. You know, sort of keep in touch with Wednesday.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, we'll see how the timing all works out. And
Yeah. And if it doesn't work out this time, there will be a next time.
yeah, you bet.
Cool. Well, thank you for having me here.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure. And all y'all in the sidebar chat and listening, have a good night. And I will talk to you later.
Have a good one.
All right, you too. Good night.
Good night.
Night.
All right. So I am actually going to take a quick drink break. I'm going to refill my drink here, but I will go ahead and start up where we left off on the last live stream. I looked at, we were at video 17 of some of my old clips. I figured we could do another little watch along of those for probably about the next hour. I was planning on making this about till 10 p.m. Pacific time. So I'm going to go ahead and refill my drink, and I will get these videos up here for you guys. And I think we're starting on 18. So here we go. All right, J-Will, thanks for joining. All right, I will be right back. While I'm gone, go ahead and enjoy the video, and
Whoa, what the hell are you doing there?
I'll provide commentary when I get back of the rest.
Okay. That wasn't very good. Right through a red light. Jesus.
And they're just gonna run that?
Kidding me? You were behind me, asshole. You got one car up. You need to cut me off. Haha, can't do it, asshole. Holy crap. What a dick. shitting me? Are you kidding me? Yeah, just help yourself. Wow. Do it!
Oh my god.
Dude! I'm not gonna try to pass you and then you're gonna slam into me. Shit. That's why you don't get on the freeway at like 55. You gotta get up to speed. That's why it's... Nice. Why do you have to have it in your hand? I don't understand. Why? Okay. Congratulations. You got up one car. Don't do it, dude. It's a breakdown lane. What a douche. Okay, now you're just adding to the traffic. Wow, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. What is that? 4 or 5 cars. That just made his commute so much shorter. Oh, here comes another one. Nope. No, it's one lane. Stop. Just stop. You're just making it worse.
All right, I am back. Hey, what's up, Diet Cola? Thanks for joining. Just doing a little bit of watch along with some of my old clips like we did on the last live stream. Yeah, this guy was he was a treat.
What is this guy's problem? He doesn't know where he's going is the problem. Why? It's a breakdown lane.
Yeah, it's funny. I watched some of these old clips, and it's not necessarily bad clips, but it's just stuff that maybe I wouldn't have included now just because it wasn't that big of a deal.
Jesus, lady.
That one was pretty ridiculous, though. All right, and then while we're playing these, if
Clear means
there's any other questions, do a little Q&A. Don't know how much stuff I haven't already answered in some of the live streams before, but feel free to put your questions in the chat.
no signal in Washington. Signaling and you're not letting them over. But he's not going. It's a red light. You're supposed to stop first.
Oh, cool, Maryland. I'll have to look out for those. Always fun to see other clips in Crown Vics. All right, let me rephrase it. And how about any questions that aren't political? Because any way I answer any of these questions, I'm guaranteed to piss off at least half of the people watching. So it's better to just avoid it.
Seriously?
Yeah, literally here, there's nobody behind me, and that's when they decided to pull out. Unbelievable.
Really? What is wrong with you? Not even paying attention.
Because your cat believes that it was their seat. It's not yours. That's why. It doesn't belong to you. Let's see. Well, when a man and a woman love each other very much, go ask one of them, your mom or dad. I'm already waiting to get that question from my kids, so hasn't happened yet. One of these days, it's bound to happen. All right, so that was 18. Let's see. Worst place to drive outside of Contra Costa. If we're still talking about the Bay Area. Oh, probably Oakland. Especially, oh man, Chinatown.
Okay.
I'm not saying anything outside of that. No stereotypes or anything. Yeah, it's bad. People will just do whatever they feel like with no regard to Hayward. Is Hayward Contra Costa? Hayward is Alameda County. I'll be in Sacramento every once in a while, but not on any kind of a regular basis. I sometimes will venture into the Fairfield area and also Vacaville. It's about as close to Sacramento as I will get. Yeah, the few times I've been to Sacramento, it's been, I would say it's about the same as out here. Yeah, and then all these morons are going to block the intersection. Like this black Civic, what were they thinking was going to happen? I just that's probably the problem though. They weren't thinking. Look at them all just pile on in. They just keep coming.
That was the most I think I've ever seen. They just like kept coming.
Like I was saying, the criteria has gotten a little more strict lately, just because I've gotten a lot of comments of oh, that wasn't that big of a deal, and also keeping the number of clips per episode down saves in time with editing, so there's that too. But
You're gonna go at any point. It looks like you're
I
going straight.
try to limit it to the things that are just either really egregious or they speak for themselves. Like I don't need to put clips, or even I don't need to put any sort of
You're a dick.
voiceover or anything like that. You can just watch it and it's pretty clear what happened. Yeah, you watch it with the audio off and you can already tell. So I try to keep things pretty egregious, pretty bad, and you don't have to explain it, and also something different, like not just the same hotspot that I've put a video up with, like that intersection on Monument leaving the freeway. I don't to a certain point I didn't need to put up any more videos of that, and so I stopped. And so that was, oh man, this guy. Bad driver never misses their exit. Is there any truth to the rumor that DDS TV has exclusive rights to your content? Definitely no truth. I stopped sending my clips to that channel and pretty much any of the other ones, because it wasn't worth it. And then I'd end up getting in comment battles with people commenting on there. They were probably just about as bad as Reddit, and it just wasn't worth. I would see something said about my clip, and it's like, I feel the need to defend myself for some reason, and it's just not worth putting myself in that position. So
Ah, damn.
he honks back.
What the hell's your problem?
Yeah, that's another thing I try not to do anymore, is the rolling down the window and yelling at people. It's not worth it. 9 times out of 10 they can't hear you on the freeway anyway.
I thought they were taking the exit. Now they're kicking stuff up.
How often do I need to service a timing belt? That's a good question. I would have to look that up. I know it had it done right before I bought it. At least that was what I was told. It's at 100, almost 149,000 miles, so I'm not sure what the next milestone is. So I would have to look that up. I actually haven't thought about that. I actually just had the brakes done and the rear shocks replaced, and a couple of my oil cooler lines were leaking, so I had those replaced. But other than that, they said it was probably one of the cleanest Crown Vics they'd ever seen, so that was pretty cool.
People just cut in front of me. Like, can they not see me? I'm a white van.
Red light. Oh, okay.
Here's that triple turn. Bound to get a clip at the triple turn. My current Vic is a 2007. I had a 2011. That's the one that got totaled in the rear ender. Well, I had my signal on.
Wow, that was a result.
All right, that was episode 20. Apologies for the audio there. For some reason, when I load up a new clip, it puts it at full volume. So, do apologize for that. I gotta figure out a workaround for that. I have not used Forescan to do anything to any of my vids. No. Just yesterday, I just replaced my side view mirrors. They were black plastic was getting a little dingy, and I had always wanted chrome mirror caps on it, so I found a pair on eBay, and that was I think it took me about an hour getting the door panels off, installing the mirrors themselves, and then putting the door panels back on. Taking them off is a hell of a lot easier than putting them back on. You know what's it's funny. I thought my first Vic had dark mode, and then I went to here's crazy old lady again. I thought I was gonna have to have it scanned and changed over from dark mode, and then I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna check the actual light itself and see if maybe, yeah, sure enough, it just didn't have a bulb. So that was like the quick and dirty dark mode that whoever had it before, whatever department had it, they just took the bulb out, and that was instant dark mode. So all I had to do was pop a new bulb in, and I had lights. Yeah, these guys were definitely raging. But I like when they're making all these drastic moves, but the guy still signals. So you got to give him credit for that. Oh, full on potato mode here. Oh, jeez. The child safety locks. That's hilarious. Well, I need over, so I'm just going to stop.
Fun way to get rear-ended.
This is another one where Reddit actually got on my case about it. They said, "Oh, that's not that big of a deal. Who cares?" And oh, you didn't have to honk at him. Yeah, there's just really nothing like them. I mean, Crown Vic, Grand Marquis, even the town car. It's just, especially nowadays with the way they're making cars now, there's just nothing like them anymore. You can't find them. That was one of the reasons I just had to have one because I'm fairly tall and I wanted something with a lot of leg room, but I didn't want to spend a lot. I wanted to be able to just pay cash and have something that had a little bit of cool factor to it, but also had some get up and go. I mean, those cars are not fast by any stretch of the imagination, but they've got power. I mean, it's a V8, so they'll get out of the way pretty good. You had the T-Bird version of the Vic. I have no idea what you're talking about, but T-Bird and the Grand Victoria are two different vehicles, so I'm not sure how you had a T-Bird version of a Vic. Yeah, just come right over. Yeah, so this white Prius, they turn right where you're not supposed to turn. I honk at them, and they honk back.
When you're doing something completely wrong. Wow. I don't know if that was too powerful.
The Vic and the T-Bird had the same engine and frame. I don't. Did the T-Bird have a V8? I don't recall. I don't believe they had the same frame either, because the T-Bird was a two-door. And T-Birds aren't a Panther platform, so they might have had the same engine. That's probably about it, but they wouldn't have really shared much else. Back when we could go to baseball games. Speaking of, if anyone's watching the Giants game, the Padres just tied it up. Damn. Yeah, I do remember those T-Birds were, for a two-door, they were pretty long. Oh yeah, here's where I was talking to Napa earlier when I got cut off by what I'm pretty sure are Hell's Angels. Especially these last few guys, they got pretty close. Wait for it. Wait for it. Man. Good stuff. All right. I think I will go ahead and play one more, and then I am actually going to have to call it a night. So let's go ahead and queue up one more here. That'll be 21. Yeah, as you can see, over time the intro gets shorter and shorter. To the point where I don't even bother with an intro anymore. Just get right to it.
Sign says right there, no U-turn, you fucking moron, and you're on your phone. What the hell? No U-turn.
Literally sign right there. Hilarious.
You serious? You couldn't wait for that person to turn? Damn. Oh.
Yeah. In the videos before I added music, you can definitely hear me bitch a lot more.
You just came from there.
It drives my wife nuts when I'm always just talking about people and have my commentary in the car. All right, Marilyn. Well, thanks for joining, man. You have a good night. I know it's
Doing.
got to be late over there where you are, so.
There's nobody behind me.
Yeah, Napa's bitching's pretty good. His wife complaining is pretty great to hear too. Let us pause for a moment to fully appreciate how much room this red Mercedes has if you wanted to, say, change lanes to his left. So yeah, my next video, which I know, I apologize guys, it's been a long time since I put one out. I think January was the last time I put a video up. I know I really need to get on putting this next one up. The thing I've been waiting on is I really want to have, kind of like Napa does, have some commentary on it, and just it adds another element to the video that is just kind of missing when it's just music and text. This chick cracks me up. But yeah, the process of adding the voiceover to it is pretty time consuming, and I haven't even started trying to record stuff. So we'll see. I might just end up putting one out in the regular format. I don't know yet, but it is in the works. It'll be hopefully coming out soon. Yeah, that's the thing is I don't want to do what Napa's done. I don't want to appear like I'm copying him. He's got his thing, and I definitely want to respect that and not try to do anything that's been done before. But trying to come up with my own thing is challenging in itself too. So, trying to think of how do I want to voice things. Is it going to be just straight and to the point? Do I want to make it comedic where I've got either one-liners or jokes or just plain explaining what's happening? I still haven't quite decided that yet, and it's just having the time to actually sit down and record the voiceovers where there aren't any distractions or loud, crazy children in the background. It's not too often that happens. So no, I'm good. I'm Crackhead Kathy can stay in Napa. Yeah, I remember this dude. He was just couldn't commit, and then it came time where he needed to, and I was in his way. I guess I was on his road. Yeah, I know. He said he's starting to run out of the names. He's used so many that he's starting to run out. I think he'd be fine with reusing some. I'm pretty sure we could let him go with that. Nobody would be upset if you reused a name from 3 years ago. Man, I would love to have a car that could just drop something out of the back, especially at a tailgater, and just something to really mess up their day, like something sticky or like some maple syrup. That would be great. Like I've many times I've had someone tailgate me, and I'll just oh, look at that, my windshield's dirty. I gotta clean it. And then you see them running their wipers a second later. It's like, yes, got them. You know what? I think I just spotted a clip that I used in a video a few videos prior. I think I just noticed that. Whoops. This one just, it boggled my mind. Oh, nice. The Giants just went ahead. Home run from Yastrzemski. I think all three of their runs have been from home runs.
Jesus. Suck.
It's like I'm invisible.
An idiot.
Uh, yeah, they could just zipper like a normal human being, but no.
What are you doing, you idiot?
That's not a lane.
Stupid. Really, dude? Really? What the fuck you doing?
How many lanes at once? All of them.
Oh, I signaled.
Yeah, I've thought about doing it where it's just kind of a running commentary, but I'm not sure if that works in a non-live stream setting.
What the hell? That was a red light.
But you might be right. That might work out. where I literally just watch it and comment on things as it goes. That might work. I might be overthinking things, and that could be a good way to go. I might have to try that. I think I've been thinking, okay, for this clip, I've got to record these words, and oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, the only problem is if I'm using the audio from the drive, I found when I had just the audio from the clip, if I had music playing, I would get hit with a copyright. I don't know if it was a copyright strike or if it's just a copyright violation. But it would the YouTube software would catch the music that was playing in the car, and I'd get hit with that, and they'd either try to mute the audio or threaten to not let it be monetized whenever that ends up happening. And so that didn't really work out. It was like, okay, I'm gonna have to drive without any music on. Like that's not gonna happen. So yeah, just drive around listening to YouTube tracks. Yeah, that'll be great. And yes, Cindy, as you asked, yes, these are all of me. I used to drive a lot. I don't drive as much as I used to because of working from home now. But yes, I drove a lot, and they're all me. I every once in a while I would have some submitted clips, but right, yeah, a lot of the audio I use, I don't uh, I don't have to attribute anything. I just use the music and good to go. So um, yeah, but if there's something playing on there, even if it's a small little snippet of a song, it's crazy. They'll still flag it, and I'll get told that I violated copyright or something. It's like it was literally just playing in the background. It's not like I included it in the clip. So that was one of the reasons why I've started replacing the actual camera audio with stuff from the YouTube audio library. And then when I started doing that, then I got people complaining that they didn't like the music. Yeah, Giants are playing the Padres. It is the top of the seventh, and they are up 3-2. It's nice to see actual people in the stands too, not just cardboard cutouts. So I don't know if we'll be to a game this year, but definitely looking forward to being back because we're big on going to games. I think there was one year we must have gone to at least 5 or 6. That might be our record. I'm not 100% sure. And I actually had a Giants themed wedding. Somehow, I don't know how I talked my wife into that, but she went with it. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, I've had to tone down my road rage. It's gotten me into some situations, especially being married and having kids in the car. It's not worth getting people riled up. The only thing is, you could do something as simple as flash your high beams at somebody, and they'll get riled up and road rage at you. So it's like it's almost impossible to not do something and have somebody go off on you. So yeah, I've been into NASCAR for probably a good 25 years. And I really started getting into it in the early 2000s. I was a Dale Senior fan, and then when he left us, ended up being a junior fan, and then now the junior's not racing anymore. Actually, uh, actually really like Kyle Larson. Um, he's actually a local guy. He's from Elk Grove, so been rooting for him, and if he's not doing well or he gets taken out, Chase Elliott's really good too. Anybody that flips off Kyle Busch, I will root for them all day. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, and I cannot stand Kyle Busch. So there you go. All right. Speaking of racing, I was actually thinking, I don't know how many of you guys want to stick around for it since it's going to be going away from the dash cam scene. But I did a little test of this last night and it went pretty well. But I actually live streamed a little bit of my racing. I wouldn't necessarily call it a simulator, but it's a game called Wreckfest, and it is a racing game, and it's pretty crazy, and a lot of funny stuff happens. So it actually works pretty well for streaming because it's entertaining. It's not just a regular old race. It's racing and cars are beating and banging, and it's just it's pretty wild. So if you guys want to stick around, I know I'm seeing people drop off. We've only got about 5 people here, but I figure I was gonna play anyway. So anyone wants to stick around and watch, I'll keep the stream up, and it'll probably confuse people. Like, oh, I thought I was on a Dashcam channel, and there's a video game going on. But it's driving, so and you know what? I think I'm going to try my wheel. I'm going to try my wheel out. So maybe I'll be a little bit better than I was yesterday when I was using the controller. The 89 World Series, I was a toddler. I do have a very vague recollection of the earthquake. So I remember a chandelier in my parents' dining room swinging back and forth. That's about all I remember. I was very, very young. So yeah, I'm gonna keep the chat up. I'll still be able to see it. I've got my dual monitor set up here so I can still see the chat. Anybody wants to ask questions, I'm still here. I'm just gonna pop up into some Wreckfest and do a little driving. Pop on the old Logitech G25 here. That's got to be what? Gosh, like 15 years old, and it's still kicking. All right, here we go. Excuse me, coming through. Oh no. Oh geez. That little figure 8 section there is pretty crazy. All right, last lap. Here we go. Oh geez. Okay, gotta stick that landing. Whew. Thanks, Cindy. Thanks for joining. Oh my god, that was close. Woo! Actually won it. All right. That was something else. All right. Well, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I think it's going to be choppy at certain points. I don't know how the bandwidth is working. Probably doesn't help that I have the Giants game on too, streaming. Let me see if maybe that helps. It's not like I'm watching it, so let's see what else we have here. This is another pretty crazy one. Holy Moses. I guess you can go either direction on this thing. I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. Oh, I guess I couldn't go that way. Whoops. I think we'll try that again. What I get for looking over at the chat for a second. Oh, Jesus. That was a long drop. Okay, keep it. Oh. Out of the way. Oh, what makes you say that, Frankie? Oh, Jesus. Okay, do not go straight. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, come on. Oh, no, don't spin out. Don't spin out. This thing really likes to oversteer. Oh, stay away from me. Gotta Tokyo drift around these corners. Let's see if we can stick the landing. Yeah, not too bad. Oh, damn. Hey-oh. Oh. I've actually only raced at this one a couple times. Holy crap. Oh. Damn. Head on. Okay. This is going to be challenging now that my car is jacked. Oh, God. It is a lot harder to maneuver now. Oh, hell. Come on, baby. Hold together. Oh, I don't know how many more of these jumps it's going to be able to take, though. Oh. No! Oh, you suck. Critical damage. Come on. Last lap. Gotta hold it together one more lap. Gotta avoid these people. Almost there. Yes. Woo! There actually is a car in here too that's you can totally tell they modeled it after the Crown Vic. I might have to race that one next. There's no minivans. There is a super van. All right, this one should be pretty interesting. And then, yeah, let's go find my Cardinal, which... Yep, clearly patterned after the Crown Vic. What platform am I on? I'm on PC. should be interesting. Yeah, this is actually more fun with the wheel than I thought it was going to be. Sometimes these really arcadey racers, the wheel is almost like too much. Like the action is faster than real life would be, so trying to use a wheel is not really all that intuitive. But this is actually pretty good. I don't think I've won 2 races in a row in quite a while using the controller. So. All right, here we go. Oh Lord. Oh crap. Oh, that was right place at the right time. I guess it's kind of a free for all. You can just go wherever the hell you want. Oh, keep together. A lot of these too, it's not so much about who's faster, it's about who survives. I got 4 people in front of me, but as long as I don't crash. Final lap already. Damn, that was fast. Let's see if I can get in front of these guys here. Oh, I thought I was going to have a line on that guy, but no. All right, top 5, not bad. All right, I think I got one more in me. I'll call it a night. Because that was really short. I might go for more traditional race here. Let's see, what do we have at this point? Yeah, let's go with that one. Let's make it 4. Let's make it oh, with a motion platform and like VR. Oh, holy crap. That'd be pretty amazing. That's one of my dreams is to get a full VR setup where I can race in VR. Excuse me, pardon me. You guys battle it out. I'm just gonna scooch on down here. That guy just sent it into the corner, didn't he? There you go. You just lost the race yourself. You didn't need any help from me. Hey, whoa! Where'd he come from? Oh. trying to turn me. Oh, son of a... No, you are not turning me. Yeah, I don't think so. Woo! Damn, that was pretty short, too. Thought that was going to be a little more of a marathon. Oh, man. Well, that was fun. Yeah, it's a little different when you know you got a few people watching, even though if it is only 3. But thanks, guys, for joining, for sticking it out this whole time, especially Frankie. Been here since the start, so kudos to you. Yeah, I'll do this again a lot sooner than like 4 months later, for sure. And yeah, we'll maybe make this a tradition where we do a little Dashcam talk and then hop into a racing game, and hopefully I will do as well as I did tonight. I'm pretty proud of myself. So I wasn't the bad driver. So yeah, thanks guys. I will get the next episode up shortly, hopefully sooner rather than later, and then do another stream. I'm hoping to get guys like DCE and get Dallas in here again, Napa, get like a whole round table of dash cameras. That would be the ideal live stream, is just get a whole bunch of us in and have like a straight up really moderated chat where we're not just shooting the shit like we did today, where we've actually got some topics and actually, talk about what's going on in the dashcam community and stuff like that. So later, guys. Thanks again, and I will let you know usually about a week in advance when there's going to be another stream. So you guys be safe out there, and always look out for stupid on the roads, because they're out there. Take it easy, guys. Good night.